Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, we're doing
Been a
this.
little-
What?
Yeah,
What? We're
it's
doing?
it's been a little bit. We had
My
to
man.
take this past week off. We had to take this past week off.
It's my
Well, for
fault.
vacations, it's fine. Honestly, it's been a rough week for work and everything, so I was fine with it. Um, but oh my gosh, where am I hearing the audio from? There's where I'm hearing it from. So anyway, a lot's happened in this past week though. We got our affiliation, and we currently have our first hype train going. So that's cool because we started throwing our prime subs at it. Um, thanks Gamer Mom Luna for being our first subscriber. That was really cool. Um, trying to think if there's anything else that's happened over the past week that like merits saying something. But honestly, my mind is a little blank because I am tired. But does anybody else want to?
Want to what?
Does anybody else want to?
I just want to say
Do a recap?
when I have my head this way, I'm looking at you, JD, because you're over
Okay.
there.
Yeah, normally I've actually gotten into the habit of taking and popping this out on the side and bringing it over to where I can seize it better. So like my Discord, I'll bring it over here where it's under my camera and it doesn't look like I'm looking over at the other screen anymore. It's like, hey everybody, look, I'm looking at you and you're looking at me. But anyway, do we want to do a recap? It was a traumatic episode last time because somebody was well, there's a lot of dramatization.
So basically, there was a lot of whining. You don't tell us enough stuff, and that's pretty much the gist of last episode. Man, I don't trust anybody that doesn't tell me things.
Hi, I'm an angry turtle, and I hate everybody. Wait a minute. You know what? Your character is me, like on a normal basis.
I
can
don't
relate-
trust anyone enough to tell him anything.
He figured it out.
Sorry, the only note I have is Krilluk is being an asshole / lone wolf.
Wait, is this like is this one of those things where you're trying to teach me a lesson, a life lesson here, Eric?
Look how difficult you are to the rest of us. All right.
Wah, wah.
Well, so basically, yes, that's pretty much what happened. You guys made it back to Hanana. There was some talk about the suddenly there's a cat. There was talk about the gemstone without talking about the gemstone. I remember that Socks had a conversation with the rest of the group saying that he knew where Krillok might hide it if it was dangerous, and if he thought Krillok was endangering himself and everyone else, he had alluded to the fact that he might have told them where it was. And at that point, I think everybody else sort of confronted Krillok after you guys got out onto the ocean, or before the ocean. But at this point, you are out on the open ocean. I know Krillok and Socks have started taking their normal shifts, where they're cycling on and off the helm.
Solid 6 on, 6 off.
I know that Ari produced a red gemstone to. Was that everyone, or was that just to Carrick?
No, it was everyone except
Okay.
almost everyone, except for the people that weren't there.
Do we remember who those were?
The one.
Everybody's seen it because Ari
Yeah.
showed it once and then showed it twice on the boat.
Yeah, everybody's seen it
Okay.
except
All right,
maybe a little goblin.
Kobold. But what else?
What's
Oh,
the difference?
what's the difference? So also the puzzle box got opened. You all thought that
Yeah,
you were going to
yeah.
find a gemstone in the puzzle box, but instead you found some blueprints,
Blueprints and a
schematic.
medallion. And a medallion.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I know that we in character over the trip. I think we did decide that we were going to attempt to make this blueprint up and have it so that we can give it to one of our members, I believe.
None of us can make the blueprint right
No,
now.
we got to find somebody.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything. All right. Well, so I'm going to say that we start at this point as the sun rises to the east on a relatively calm ocean. It seems a little bit colder than what you would normally think for this time of year. There's a very light western wind currently that's sort of working against you with the direction that you're trying to go. But of course, in the Kilbrine, every time with the Kilbrine, it's not too big of a concern with the junk sales that it has. You can still get enough. You can get enough to where you can keep it moving. Of course, you're out heading east. I don't know if we said about how far off the coast you were planning on keeping.
Considering it's a more of a river ferry, it'd probably be staying pretty close so as to not experience like too harsh a seas, especially with this green crew.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm totally gonna sink us.
All right, well, if there's anything that you all would like to do to start your morning,
Breakfast, anyone?
Yes, breakfast.
I will be up bright and early before everyone, probably on the deck doing yoga.
So I'm going to. I believe I had gotten eggs and bacon. So I'm going to be cooking eggs and bacon. Is there anyone else that does not wish to have eggs and bacon this morning?
I don't want eggs or bacon.
You should really try it. It's delicious. You've never had bacon, really?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I'd like to try and grab a handful of bacon without anybody seeing.
It's not cooked yet. I've started cooking. You are getting raw bacon?
Oh, I thought it was cooked. When it's cooked, I'm
yeah.
gonna-
Okay. All right. So, is there anything you want for breakfast in particular? I mean, I could maybe make you a salad.
Yeah, that'd be fine. Or fruits. I'm good with just fruits.
We got
I
some
just eat
fruits.
fruits.
We got some fruits. Yeah. Okay. I'll just have
Just eat some
fruits.
eggs. Eggs aren't meat. Yet.
I'm not even gonna touch that.
It's not meat.
I walk away. I grab whatever fruit.
I'm gonna
are
give you
there.
some fruits. I'm gonna give him a few like bananas and some apples and some few fruits for his breakfast, and I'll begin to fry up some bacon.
Bananas?
I mean, I got bananas and I got apples. So I don't really have a whole lot of like other kind of fruits. I got some snack fruits and stuff like. I don't really have a whole lot for him. But he eats like a. I can't help it. He eats like a daggum rabbit.
So Socks is tagged off with you at this point, Grillock, and you hear him as he comes rushing back up to you. Bananas. There's bananas. They've got bananas. There's bananas.
I will go. Socks, take the helm.
Got the helm. I've got the helm. They got bananas.
Where are the bananas at?
You're gonna see me walking out on the deck with a banana, eating a banana,
Hey, can I see that?
but it's gonna be like halfway. You know,
Can I
instead
see
of
that?
biting normally, I'd bite half of it.
Can I see that?
A banana?
Yeah.
As I'm chewing.
Can I see your banana?
Why? I'm eating.
I'm gonna take it out of his hand and throw it overboard. Are there
I'm
any more
going
bananas?
to try to pull my hand away.
All right. Opposed dexterity checks on this one. Krillock with a 13. Oh man, I made the new overlay and I didn't put it into Streamlabs. And Dee with the 9. With surprising quickness, and you're not seeing this coming at all. Because it's very unusual that someone would just walk up and jerk a banana out of your hand. He's gonna jerk the banana from you and toss it overboard.
Are there any more?
Is he close enough for me to hear him talking about bananas and saying there's more?
If we're out on the deck, no.
I walk away. I'm mad now.
I'm gonna walk inside and. Are there any more bananas in here?
Over the cabinet on the top right. Yes, I'm cooking up some
I will
eggs. and
grab them
bacon.
all and throw them overboard.
I don't see him. I'm not paying any attention to him at all. I just think he's getting a banana.
Bananas are not allowed on this boat.
It's the only thing I can eat.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes,
Why?
it's bad luck. You don't bring bananas on a boat.
Oh, well, fair. Okay, fine. No more bananas. How many eggs do you want?
2.
is that the only fruit we have is bananas?
There's some apples. I mean, I got like I pretty much think I got apples. I think I got some cucumbers. I got stuff to make soups and that kind of thing. So you might be eating like you're a rabbit. I'm gonna start calling you rabbit.
I'm just gonna walk in, look for an apple or whatever he didn't throw over, and just try not for him to see me. Grab it.
Apples are fine. No bananas.
Could have said it in a nicer way. You didn't have to snatch it out of my hand.
I'm just gonna smirk as I hear him say that.
I asked you for the banana and you didn't give it to me, so I
That
took
was my
it.
food. You could have said why. That's a weird question to ask someone when they're eating and they have it in their mouth. Let me see that. That's a weird thing to do to anybody.
I'm gonna turn around with my hand on my hip with a spatula. You know, if you would explain things instead of just like
It's common knowledge you don't bring bananas on a boat.
I didn't.
With who?
I had no idea.
Have you never been on a
Otherwise, I
boat
wouldn't have
before?
bought bananas.
No.
Maybe you should have went over these ground rules before we like disembarked. I think that's the word, right? I read that one time.
I don't even know how you like. And even if I wasn't a boat, like I never would have dealt with people like that.
All right, you guys want to? All right, no whistling. You whistle, you're gonna whistle up a storm. No whistling. No bananas.
Whistling, no bananas. Okay.
Like, don't whistle like a lot.
At all.
We said don't whistle up a storm, so that means like a lot.
That means that's what the term comes from. If you whistle on a boat, you're gonna whistle up a storm.
What if you just whistle a little bit?
No, you don't whistle at all.
Because then you wouldn't be whistling a storm. You'd just be whistling a little bit.
If you whistle, you're challenging the wind to a battle essentially, and then the winds pick up and blow your boat around.
Just don't whistle.
Do you really?
Sailors. They have their ways, Didi. They have their ways, and it's a thing. It's a learning curve. Maybe you should have went over this before we, laugh. But it's okay. We'll learn as we go. No whistling, no bananas. Anything else that we can't do that would be considered unlucky.
Kobolds are extremely lucky on a boat.
Okay.
And it sucks.
So
Okay,
that's the
good.
only reason you keep him around.
He's actually a phenomenal first mate.
Fair. Does he eat eggs?
So let me get this straight. Having bananas on a boat is bad luck.
Yes.
So you already had the bananas on the boat, so technically you already have the bad luck. So why would you throw them over? It's not like it's going to counter the bad luck that you already
They
believe
will.
you
They're
have.
not on the boat now.
But they were on the
locusts eat
boat.
The bananas.
But they were on the boat. So
Can I get a knowledge? Just I'm trying to think if it would be history or nature. Do a history check. Just a knowledge history check for me, Carrot, please. Because I feel like you would probably know this as a cook. I feel like you would, and being a smart wizard that you are, I feel like you would actually know. Yeah, there's more than just luck to this. There's actually, like, bananas give off an ethanol gas, and it causes other fruits around them to ripen more quickly and thus spoil faster. So there is a science behind this as well.
Flowers, another thing. Don't bring flowers on board.
what if you're transporting flowers? How would you
We don't transport flowers.
So you're telling me no boats ever transport flowers?
If they do, they're dumb because, flowers are considered like funeral things. They want dead sailors.
But they're also at weddings.
Hey, Krilla, can I see that staff you have?
No.
So grumpy. Would you like some eggs there?
Maybe if you would have ate a banana, you wouldn't be like this.
You want a couple of eggs, maybe some bacon? I'm making up some breakfast.
Don't kill seabirds either. They carry the souls of dead sailors.
I don't know, but I wouldn't kill a bird anyway.
Some birds
So,
are
okay,
like
I walk back for this hearing back.
Some chicken. Oh, I got some chicken too, by the way. I'll make some chicken soup later. Lily, would you like some eggs and bacon this morning?
Sure.
So, Kurlock.
What?
So,
Ari, do you want some eggs and bacon? I'm gonna yell down.
I would, yes. I will go
Good.
get some bacon.
so if you had seagulls, and you didn't have any other food and you're stuck out at sea, you wouldn't eat them.
I'd get fish.
Oh, that's true. That's a good way to do it too. But what if you didn't have rods and oh, you're a turtle. Never mind.
Ooh, that's derogatory.
Or
I
I'd
walk
swim
off.
down and grab some seaweed, some kelp.
I walked away.
Do you want me to get you some kelp? Didi?
I think you hurt his feelings.
I'll get him some kelp.
I mean, I know evidently you don't have any of those, but other people do. Just saying. Do you like your bacon crispy, by the way, or do you like it floppy?
Can I do
Hey.
my set hand thing with the bacon now? Because I want to just grab a whole handful of it.
It's raw. I'm starting to cook it. I mean, sure.
I
You
thought it was-
Crispy,
You're gonna Hurry up and finish the bacon so I can steal it.
do you want your bacon crispy, or do you want it? How do you want it cooked?
Crispy.
A little chewy.
Crispy, chewy. And we'll look at Lily. You.
Not crispy. People that eat it crispy are gross.
No, I like mine crispy. Good, fine. Okay, so I'll start cooking up the bacon, and I'll make up a batch that's chewy, and then I'll start on the crispy.
We just learned a lot about people right now.
I know, right? Bacon's delicious. So after a few minutes worth of bacon, I assume at this point that Krillok is staring at me making the bacon, ready for me to put it on the plate. On the plate it goes. I'm just gonna shake my head. Do you take it all?
About 4 or 5 slices.
That's fine.
Even the
I
crispy?
made about that for everybody. So I'm gonna finish up the bacon and with the eggs, I'm gonna bring out the spice weasel and bam, gonna hit some spices on the eggs. Breakfast is served.
Roll that temporary hit point.
I keep messing that up. What was it? I gotta even look. Let me look.
Pretty sure it's a
4
1d4
plus 2.
plus 1. 2?
1d4 plus 2. Five points of additional bang bang.
And I don't know if you guys really decided who was holding on to, like, for instance, the charm from the. I'm trying to figure out where these items are at now. Because you guys have opened the puzzle box. So there's the golden coin. I don't know who's got that. And I
have
don't.
a coin in my pocket.
Okay.
When I opened it up, and I have the coin and the blueprints, and we had decided we did it offline in character that we were going to hold that until we got into town. Then we're going to look see if we get someone to make it. So I have the blueprints, and the box, and the coin. Would it stand to reason that now that I've undone the thing that I can put it back in the box and keep it safe, and I'd be able to open
Yeah.
it up without days of? Okay, so I put
Yeah.
it back in the box, and I got the box now in my pocket, or in my bag.
All right. Now you're the only one that has seen the mysterious charm. You're the one that has it currently on
No,
you
Wh-
from. You're
Yes,
the one
yes.
from the lizard.
yes.
So
I
is
have,
that
I
staying
have
with you?
that. I know that I have it on me.
I'm just making sure because I've handed
Yeah.
these things out, and I think that I thought that they were all with you currently. I just want to make sure because I try to keep it so everybody has their inventory straight with the
Yes.
handouts that are available.
The charm, we know we're going to make that, and we're going to try to give that to him. The mysterious charm I have, but I honestly all I have is a Pikachu. I know I have it, and I know it does something, but my handout is nothing more than a Pikachu.
For the charm?
Mysterious
The
charm. Quickly.
anti-scrying thing.
Yeah, I know it. I know it does like keeps people from
There.
scrying me, but
I fixed it. So you're gonna take the coin instead of putting the coin like instead of using it, you're just putting it back in the box then?
there it is. Yeah, right now I have it in the box. Because we were going to use it for that, I believe. Hold on, that gives invisible berry. It gives me a shield. I mean, I'm afraid of losing it. I'm not gonna walk around with a coin.
Well, it
in my
gives
hand
you-
and drop it.
Essentially what the coin does is it's a luck coin, so you can use one use of luck per day with the coin, and it also has a casting of shield on it. But it does say on it that it has to be on your person, but it doesn't have to be held in order to be used.
Well,
So you can keep it in a pocket.
It's in my pocket. Yes.
Okay.
It's in the box in the pocket, and it's not an interdimensional in a box, so it's in my pocket.
Mm-mm. That is a lined box. There is nothing magical coming through that
Oh.
box.
You're right. It is. It is. I'll just have it in my pocket then. I'll just have it in my pocket, but I'm still keeping the box, so I can put things in it later.
Okay.
Excuse me. After I get my food, I'm gonna go down to my little stateroom. I'm gonna go and grab into my little secret compartment, grab the gem, put it in my pocket, and call for Carrick.
I'm gonna come in and I have eggs and bacon in my beer, which is not unlike an actual real breakfast for me. Yes, and I'm cleaning myself off. Yes,
Just shut the door behind you real quick.
yes.
I know you were asking. All right. I didn't want to say anything at the pier. I wanted to get away from Hanana before any of this was out. So don't take that as my stubbornness as trying to withhold information. I just didn't want anything to happen while we were still in Hanana.
Mm-hmm.
We are underway, right? I'm assuming we're on our second day now, third day.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna show him the gem.
Ah, is this what the hubbub is about?
I don't know. My
Well,
uncle
and-
gave it to me, and he got it from my parents.
Oh, so,
So
do
I
you
don't
think
know.
this might be what the target of the undead lizard may have been?
It's possible. I don't know, but like I said, I didn't want to open it because I think this box works with that lead lining stuff. I didn't want to open it on and possibly draw any more attention there.
So am I holding the box that we're delivering or the gem that you're
It comes in. It's like a little clamshell thing that fit in my uncle's staff,
Okay, all right.
and
Am I
it
holding-
has the gem in it.
Okay, can I open it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll open it up and may I examine it?
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna
Just-
pop it in my
Let's
hand.
make it quick because I don't want like if this puts out something that notifies somebody, hey, we're
Good,
here.
Okay, good. Well, I'm gonna put it back inside, and I'm going to ritually cast identify on the. Let me clicky.
The Draco Lich swoops down from the skies.
So I'm gonna cast those two as rituals, both of them. Actually, we're underway, right? So I'm just gonna cast them. I'm just gonna put it in my hand, and I'm just gonna use two level 1 spells and just pop them.
Good.
I like how you said that. You're such a mean DM. And I'm going to. What am I gonna see?
Much in the same fashion as Ari's gem, when you cast Identify on it, this seems to be a very ancient and unique form of magic based off of your interpretation of what the spell returns to. It is not easily decipherable as far as the potential of this gemstone and what it can do, aside from the fact that as you hold it, if you take the time to do like you did with Ari's, you can make it shine a bright light that shines out of a 30-foot radius by thinking of wanting it to throw this light.
Does the magic feel old? You said it felt old.
Yes,
Like the other one.
it
So
feels like
it
the
feels
same
a lot
sort of
like
ancient magic.
Just Aria's got a stone that is much like this one. It would be interesting to see if they react to one another. I can't really tell much of what it does other than it does have this light, and I'll like make it come on and off. You can, if you focus, you can use it as a light source. But being an old magic, I don't know. But his is
It's a magic lantern.
Sort of, but it has something else. There's something dormant, or maybe not dormant, that I am not really familiar with. That's inside of it. It's peculiar. It is. I believe that it does more than even my spells would know. Now, it cannot. Is there a way that I can roll an intelligence or a history to know if there's any like set of gems that I've heard of in the past that would that these two gems now maybe click in my head?
Yeah, you can roll history.
You're still not going to tell me anything, all right? You know there are rocks that. All right, here we go. 14.
I mean, you've heard of set gems, you know what I mean? Like gems of magic that are a set of magical gems that provide different utilities based off of, coloration, that are often, linked in sort of like a sister-like fashion so that they can build on one another, but at the same time, it's not something you've heard of this before, but there's not a specific set in particular that you would sit here and say, yeah, this could be it.
All right, so I know that there's been gems that have been created as sets, but I don't really know if this is one of the one. I can't hammer it down. I would be interested to see how it reacts to the presence of the other one, and I will say that Ari doesn't keep hers in any sort of special container. It's just in her pocket. That doesn't.
It's actually around my neck.
It's not that that means anything. I mean, but do you mind if I bring Ari in here and maybe just see how it reacts to her gem? I mean, I don't have to show it to her or explain it or anything. I can just call her in and I'll ask her how her bacon was and get close.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't want. I mean, don't
Okay,
take this
good.
the wrong way,
Ari.
but I hold on. I don't
What?
want everybody to know what's going on with this. I'm kind of a private person, and
I've got that. I'll bring her in and just ask her how her breakfast was, and then send her back. I'm gonna call out again. Ari. I'll crack the door. Ari.
I guess it's a rather small ship.
I'm yelling. Yeah, you can hear me.
I'm coming.
Hey, come here. I want
I'm
to ask you something.
Sure.
And
how was the bacon?
yeah, I'm gonna have the stone in my hand, and I'm just gonna put my hand like behind her so it's close, but she can't see it. I'm gonna kind of pat her on the back, and I'll open it up just enough to see if it does it. How was the bacon? And I'm gonna look at her necklace and the thing in my hand.
Well,
and see.
my necklace isn't exposed though.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna ask you how the bacon was while I'm looking at the gem.
And I will say it was fine.
That's good. And I'm
Why? What did you do to it?
What do I see? What do I see when I ask him that?
It doesn't seem to be reacting independently or dependently.
Do I sense any change in it, or
Mm-mm.
do I feel anything coming from her necklace at all?
No, it doesn't seem to be like generating anything new.
Okay, good. I was just asking. I was talking to Krillok, and I was asking him because I like to get feedback. I'm glad you liked it. That's
On
all.
bacon? What'd you do to the bacon?
No, nothing. I was just making sure that
Mean
you liked the
nothing.
bacon. Everybody is like, they like their bacon differently, crispy, chewy. Was yours kosher? Were you good?
I suppose it's good.
That's good to hear. Okay, I'll talk to you later. And I'm just gonna kind of push her out the door and shut the door. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, it didn't really do anything, but it I don't know. It just seems too coincidental, perhaps, that all of these, this is all going on at once. And I'm gonna place it back into the box that he had and seal it up, and I'm gonna hand it back to him. Maybe if 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 time was given and maybe we could put them together and maybe focus on maybe there's something to do with each other, maybe not, I don't know, but it is definitely something that is being hidden in this box for a reason, much like a hiding place. I will tell you though that I think it's a good idea to keep it in there. Now, when I look at that box and I put it back in the box, does it seem to disappear to me?
Yeah, it's
It's a shielded like the other one.
it's shielded much like the other boxes.
Okay, and I'm going to confirm to him that when I close the box up and I hand it back to him, I'm going to look at it and say, is it in a little box? You said a little clamshell. When I close
Yes,
it back up, I'm gonna let him know this is definitely shielding it from any eyes that I have, and I'm gonna give it back to him. So
That's kind of what Lily was telling me. So that's why I wanted to keep it under wraps while we were in Hanana. I know I may have come off as some angry blah blah blah, but
yes, well,
I was protecting Hanana and I was protecting us.
I mean, like I said, you have your ways. I'm not judging. I'm just
You
telling
felt
you how
very
you
judgy. I'm just letting you know.
It's a dwarven.
There's a method to my mayhem. All right.
Do you mean madness?
Sure.
Madness it is. But yes, I would definitely keep it in that until we can at least, or you can at least figure out maybe what it is. But I do not know really who to tell you to go and talk to it. I don't really know much other than there are sets of gems that are made that in sets, and the one that Ari has could be one that needs time to connect, but that would mean that you would need to leave it out and I don't know. I don't know what would activate it if it is in fact a matching gym set. But
I do know this one guy we might be able to talk to when we get to Broken Tusk. He's an interesting little fella. He might have some clue.
Now, what about the package that you're delivering? It is also in a shielded box, correct?
As far as I know.
Well, I mean, it could be that what's in there is what you have in your hand and what is around her neck. It could be that. But that is your business to do.
I try not to meddle in the affairs of the people I'm delivering for, so I
Well,
just pick it
it's
up and drop
your,
it off.
It's your livelihood. If you were to not deliver, you would probably never get another job.
Exactly. So this is how me and Socks make our living. But so Socks just took over. I got to get a little bit of rest here. So just wanted to show you this.
It's definitely interesting, and I would certainly keep it contained in that, just in case. I would say, did your uncle tell you anything about it?
Oh no, he not too much. Oh man.
So all you know is just that he had it in his person. So,
Yeah, and it came from my parents. And then he kind of lost his. You know.
well, I mean, was there anyone in Hanana that might have known your parents who might have known something of this before we left? Well, I guess that's water under the bridge. No going back now. Well, if you know someone in town, I would say as long as they're trustworthy. What
I
I've
wouldn't
heard-
say he's trustworthy, but you know.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be a problem once you tell someone that doesn't know how to keep the mouth shut. Then
He can keep his mouth shut. I don't know how trustworthy he is.
right. Well, good to know. And now you have a lucky rock that glows in the dark. At least you'll never be in the dark, right?
All right. But, yeah. That works.
Right. Well, I hope you liked your bacon and eggs, and I'm going to turn around and walk out.
All right. Once he leaves, I'm gonna open the little secret compartment, put it back where it was.
And of course, everybody that was below deck was able to hear the not obvious at all. I hope everyone enjoyed their bacon and eggs.
Is there just the one room in this entire boat?
Let me move you guys over to the Kilbrun map so that you can see. Because Krillok's cabin is here. Everyone else has been sleeping out here. This is the one below deck area.
So that's the door I got called to.
Yes. And then this is the main deck. With the galley.
You should switch
And then
the
the
thing so that way the viewers at home can see it.
Okay, fine, I can do that. Hold on. Go! All right. Well, now I've got to adjust this. Hold on. There we go. All right, so we have Krillok's cabin. We have the below deck where everyone is currently sleeping, as well as some storage. We have the galley, the main deck, and then the top of the aft castle above the galley. These are both the main deck, so please do not get confused. These are the same level.
Hold me, Jack.
I'm seeing people pull tokens out, so I figured I'd just leave us here.
Oh, square tokens.
You know what? Hold on. I got this. Delete those tokens. I got this. Guys making me do work.
I like that.
Oh, poor DM.
I know. Planning and execution?
Where's Socks?
I don't know. I've got to find. I think I actually just used a generic kobold token for socks. So let me just pull that out here. Oh, snap. I just went away. I am no longer part of the game. It's anarchy.
All right, guys. We're at Broken Tusk now.
No.
Nobody can tell us no.
Where's it at?
What an uneventful trip.
I cannot find it to save my life. It's in alphabetical order, and I can't find K.
Typically comes after J.
You know what? I've got a winged
Well.
kobold. Here, I'll just pull this token out.
Socks is yellow though.
Standing on his box there, doing his thing. All right.
There's no box. My immersion.
My immersion. You'll be all right. All right, so as you make your way back up the hatch, Carrick, you see as Socks is currently standing there, and he turns to you as though he has been caught with 2 pieces of raw bacon hanging out of his mouth and an egg, a raw egg, that he very quickly, shell and all, shoves into his face and then runs out the door.
But he's easy to feed. I'm gonna look and see if how much bacon and eggs I think he might have consumed before we. And keep in mind, I bought and he bought. We probably got more food on this boat than we know.
More than enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna care.
Yeah, it was just a handful of bacon, like whatever a kobold can grab for a handful of bacon. So probably like 4 pieces of raw bacon, and it looked like he might have gotten away with a couple of eggs.
I'm gonna stick my head up and be like, "Would you like that to be cooked, or you like it raw?" I mean, just asking. I'll take that you like it raw, and I'm just gonna go back down into the galley and finish cleaning up. I'll be cleaning and I'll be using Mage Hand at the same time.
Okay.
And prestidigitation. I am cleaning house.
All right. Well,
And I would imagine by now that the galley has never been more clean than it is right now.
that's probably a fair assumption.
Socks is a phenomenal cleaner.
Even you would have seen some difference.
Stand by. Gotta go to my dice drawer here for a minute, because I forgot to get my dice out.
Oh God. I feel
All
like I
right.
should have stuck with my original. I'm doing this as a ritual. A red dragon comes from the sky and lands on the deck of the boat. What do you do?
I did say I
shit
put
it
everything back to where it was, right? After I kick Carrick out. So, like, everything's back where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Alright.
And nothing happens immediately. Just for the record, it's not like all of a sudden here comes everything. But it's actually that was a good roll. So it's a pretty uneventful day on sea. I meant to work out how long it was going to take for you guys to get there beforehand, but I kind of
This is
dropped the
day
ball on that.
2, right? Because this, I don't know where we are, how many days we've traveled.
It's going to take, let's just do the math right here so that I have a video record that I can return back to later. So it's going to take roughly, it's about 900 miles by sea. So let me, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find my handout for my ocean stuff. Oh wait, I think I put it in this lovely folder right here. I think I already had it out so that I would have it just for this occasion. And if anyone's interested, if anybody's watching and has this, yeah, no, team's great at prep. If anybody's watching and is interested in this, I actually found, obviously, the Ghosts of Saltmarsh has their own sort of official rulings for ocean travel and everything, but there is a Tribality has a wonderful handout that you can get on, I think I got it from Drive Through RPG, that was awesome, by Sean Ellsworth, and I really like this thing. It's a lot of fun. I'm just trying to look to see what the normal movement speed on a sloop is for a day, so forgive me for 1 second, because I did not look that up.
Isn't this faster than a normal sloop, though? Didn't this do the Kessel Run and something? How many? What did you say it was?
12.
It ha-
12 parsecs? Something like that.
It goes 30. Goes
30
3. It
feet.
says 3 miles per hour.
Yeah,
Seems a little slow.
seems very slow.
I think we're gonna change that. We're gonna modify that a little bit because I feel like a sailboat like this would definitely move faster than that unless it's like really laden down. Because I think the sloop in this has like typically a crew of 40 or something like that is what they expect. So
An average sloop will go anywhere between 4 and 6 knots on average, but can reach top speeds of 7 knots.
how is that in miles?
So 8 miles an hour is the fastest that one would go, and you're looking at 4.5 to 7 miles per hour on average in fair winds.
So you're looking at about
Sloop
four
is
and a half
65 feet.
days. 4.5 days as long as you don't have bad wind, is what I'm getting from that.
Yeah, and then top speed is like 8 miles an hour, and that's so if we have like really good winds the entire time, 8 miles an hour. Otherwise, you're looking at 4.5 to 7 miles an hour. So 6 miles an hour is probably a good average, and on a good day, 8 miles per hour.
That handout also classifies a sloop as 65 feet with one sail. We have 2 sails, and we're what 55 feet.
And that means this is more like a brigantine then. Definitely not a sloop.
It's not a schooner.
Not a schooner.
All right, so actually that would be closer to probably 5 days then. So about 5 days. You're one day in. Nothing too dramatic happens though. Nothing too dramatic happens today. It's pretty quiet. You got the coastline in view. It's gorgeous. It's clear. Complete visibility from the crow's nest, if anybody's in it. But no clouds in the sky. As night winds down, is there anything that anybody wanted to do?
I'm gonna relieve socks.
And for the record, Brigantine's top speed is going to be around 11 knots, and that's about 12 miles an hour. 12.65. But yes, anyway, I'm just going to be cooking. If we're winding down as the day goes through, I am going to make a nice chicken soup.
The sounds of the chicken being slaughtered echo throughout the cabins.
Shh, this won't hurt. But who am I kidding? This is gonna hurt like hell. Snap! I'm gonna do it like my mama did. Spin it till it comes loose.
Well, I haven't heard too much out of Ari and Lily. What are you guys up to throughout this day? Do you have anything that you're trying to accomplish?
I was trying to decide if I did or not. How often does this room get used?
Talk about the main cabin area.
Yeah, the comings and the goings of acrylic.
Oh, Krillok's room.
Yeah.
Is Krillok gonna hide in the captain's quarter the entire time? I think is what he's asking.
No, I went in there to sleep because I got off watch. So I went in there to sleep, and then I went back up to the helm to drive. Like me and Socks are on a 6-on 6-off. So like 6 hours I'm driving, 6 hours I'm sleeping, going back and forth.
Do you hang out in the general population room? I think is what he's asking.
If I was awake, I would probably, but for the most part, I mean, I'm awake for 6 hours, I'm asleep for 6 hours, you know, and back and forth.
I'm making
I'll hang out
soup
for, like-
as you walk by. Would you like some soup? Chicken noodle soup, maybe, or a chicken broth soup. I didn't bring anything for noodles. Shit, I knew I just forgot something.
Yeah, I'll be up on the helm for the next 6 hours, so if you don't mind just having somebody bring it up.
Yeah, I'll do that. Do you know if shit? Let me look around and see if he got some noodles. Did Socks get anything I can make noodles out of? I don't even know that he would have got
We got-
anything like that.
You got floured eggs, right?
Yeah, you know he got rice. You know I'll make chicken and rice soup. That's what I'm making. Because I know I got some rice.
We don't have flour. I mean, not that I.
Yeah, we got flour.
There you go. Noodles.
I'll ask around if any who wants what. Chicken noodle soup or chicken and rice, and whatever people say is what I'm gonna make.
Can you do chicken and stars?
No, no.
All right.
What are you 6?
Well, I mean, no.
You get noodles.
Noodles. Noodles.
Fine, noodles, and I'm gonna start making up some noodles and get the chicken boiling, and I'm gonna break out the celery and some carrots, and I'm gonna make some soup. Dee Dee, would you like me to make a little batch of soup without chicken in it, like some water and like some carrots and celery and noodles?
As I'm going down this ladder, I'm gonna yell, "Yes, please!"
God, that is gonna be so gross. Okay.
Noodles have eggs in it.
Don't tell him, he won't eat it. I'm gonna make it up, and I'll make a really small little pot over the side that's gonna not have chicken in it. So that's what I'm gonna be doing this evening, as people are going by.
I'd like to be trying to read my Alchemy for Dummies. Trying to get through that.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Okay. You're making progress through it. You're starting to pick up on some of the technical practices. You're gathering some knowledge until you start putting it into practice. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to retain, but you are, of course, learning. No roll needed.
Can I make a roll?
What are you making a roll for?
My project.
Oh yeah.
While I'm on the helm, I'm just sitting there doing my thing.
Okay.
What do I roll?
I think it was a dex, wasn't it? That's a good roll. Another day's work like that, and you'll have her done.
All right.
All right.
And now
We are doing 6 on 6 off, so I will be able to get that done at least today then.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Now I'm gonna be spending the 6 hours, if I can get Socks up on the top, talking to him and getting him to teach me Draconic the best that he can.
Oh yeah.
And
Sock-
then when he's asleep, I'll be reading the Elven book. So I mean, I have nothing else to do other than cook and read books because I don't knit like a lady.
Okay.
Like a lady.
Well, Socks is happy to accommodate for the sake of making conversation while he's up on the helm. He's just keeping the heading, keeping the coast,
Right, so
watching the wind,
I'm
looking at shore.
gonna get 8 hours of sleep, so that means I'm, gonna be getting 18 hours of just sitting around doing nothing else but reading book and trying to get him to teach me Draconic.
Okay.
Now, if I cast comprehend languages while I'm talking to him, will it help me to understand it, or will you?
Nope, you will not learn it that way because what comprehend languages will
I know
do
what
is
it
it
does.
will.
I just didn't know if that would help speed it up to help.
No.
Yeah,
It would
I'm,
it would be detrimental to
Alright,
actually
okay.
learning the language.
then I will not be using these.
All right.
Do I need to make some rolls, and how many would you like?
No, it's a process. I mean, it's not something that's going to be done quickly because obviously
know
it's
that.
mastering a language. But
Wait,
as
and
long
I'm
as you
going do
continue
it
to
at the
work
same
on,
time.
I will ask you though that each day, because we're talking days of doing this, and days typically spans over about 8 hours of work. Whenever D&D uses takes a day's labor, it's an 8 hour labor. So if you spend I need you to like keep a track of like a tick marker somewhere for each 8 hours that you were using on this, so that you can just keep track of how much you're doing for it because it's going to take a really long time, and I don't want to keep up with it. So keep up with your learning.
In my bio, underneath allies and organizations, just so that you can see, I'm just gonna put like a marker. I'm gonna use a capital I and just
Okay.
for how many I do. So, how many would I do a day of each? Two sessions a day, probably for each. Or what do you want me to do? So
I would say anything more than 8 hours is not going to do you any benefit. So per day, we're going to do about 8 hours worth of study.
Okay, all right. So then that means 3 days worth of journey, 3 ticks for each.
Yeah. So at this point, you should have 2, I think, because you started once you guys hit open ocean, I believe, right? And this would be day 2 on the open ocean.
Yeah, because I think I kind of tinkered with the idea and talked to him a little bit before we left, but I don't think we actually sat down and did like any real learning.
Okay. All right. Lily, are you working on any sort of alchemical?
Yeah, so she's gonna spend the 8 hours to make that potion. I'll then probably just go up top and look around at the water, see if there's anything neat, and scribble it into her journal.
Okay. Make a perception check for me. Okay. Thank you. That is all. All right. So was there anything else? Ari, did you have anything? I know that you had asked if Krillock spent his entire day in that cabin. Did you have anything that you wanted to get done?
I'm just gonna contemplate about the bacon a lot.
And
Other
that's the
than
last time Ari ate bacon on Krillock's ship.
I was the only one that asked how the bacon was. The other person that was asked didn't like it crispy, so I don't know if it was the crispy thing.
All right.
Delicious.
So the next morning, this would be day 3. So day 3 on the ocean at this point. So the sun is starting to rise, and it's about time, Krillock, for you to take over from Socks, who typically takes most of the night that he can because of his dark vision and the fact that he's more comfortable at night anyway. So as you come up, you see Dee Dee, who is of course up before the sun is, starting the yoga sesh out on the front of the deck. And as you make your way up the stairs on top of the aft castle, you see a tired-looking Socks, and he kind of nods over towards the east at the sunrise. Red sun, buddy.
What if we should try and make some landfall and see what happens?
Kind of shrugs. I don't know. I mean, we're not too far offshore. I guess if we see anything coming. I mean, it's cloudy, but it's just an overcast right now,
Play it by ear, see what happens.
Yeah. Just letting you know.
2 bowls of soup and put it on. I imagine there's like a little deck rail.
Oh, this was the next morning.
Oh, next morning.
Yeah, you did your soup. You did your soup the night before, but this is next morning as sun's coming up. But well, just keep an eye out on that weather, buddy. I don't want anything to get us off guard. Last time Umberly got pissed, she was really pissed,
Yeah. Maybe before you go hang out in your cauldron, just throw a little prayer out there. Hopefully the sea bitch doesn't
You asked me to do that, and every time I pray she just doesn't listen to me. Because if she listens to me, I'm afraid she's actually gonna know that I exist, and I really don't want that.
All right, you just go ahead and go to bed. I got this.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Just sleep light, just in case I need your help if we have to pull in somewhere.
Yeah, no worries.
Is this
figure it
breakfast
out.
time morning?
Yes.
I will have already made the same eggs and bacon, and as he comes by, I'm gonna have a plate with some raw bacon and 2 eggs, still in the shell, uncooked, as he's passing me to go to his cauldron. And I'm just gonna point as he goes by.
He's gonna grab it and throw one of the eggs in his mouth with a crunch. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
All right, Krilok. So obviously overcast. There is the glinting of a red sunrise off to the east as it is breaching the horizon. The wind seems to have shifted. It's behind you at this point. But you also notice that though it was much colder than normal yesterday, today it actually feels like it would be warmer than what you would normally expect around this season. So it's gone from colder than normal to a warmer than normal. So it's a little strange, but that's the weather for you.
That's the weather.
I didn't mean to do a 2d4. I'm gonna do a 1d4. So that would be 6 for anybody that eats the eggs.
The eggs, though, right?
Yeah, the eggs. Bam on the eggs. Yeah, the bacon I didn't put any spice on, but you don't put anything on bacon. Bacon's too good. You just leave bacon. But I did season the eggs. So anybody that eats will get 6 additional hit points.
I imagine Ari was watching you cook this morning.
Yeah, definitely the bacon.
Do you ask me about the bacon?
I don't know. Not yet. No.
But you're watching me. I don't do anything different. I just cook the bacon. I put it on the plate over the side after.
If I've watched you cook the bacon, I won't ask anything about the bacon.
You should try the bacon. Just mix, heat up. I'm gonna go get the others, and I'm gonna walk around the boat. Food, and I'm gonna go back.
All right.
And as far as Didi, when he comes in, I don't have anything made except for bacon and eggs.
So I'm assuming the bacon tastes the same today as it did yesterday. Then.
Yeah. I didn't do anything to the bacon, so it will taste exactly the same.
No, I understand you didn't, but I'm just as Ari is wary of the bacon at this point.
As Carrick is concerned, he will not act as if anything happened anyway. So he's not acting weird about anything at all. As far as he doesn't, he's gonna sit down right there at the table. And if you're in the galley, I'm gonna sit in the galley and I'm gonna eat in there.
Yeah, I'll be in the galley. I can move my little guy there. There you go.
Yep. So I don't know who all comes and eats. I assume that everyone will at least walk in there and get something to eat.
Didi, did you eat the chicken and noodles?
No.
Okay.
No, I know. I made a separate soup with nothing but carrots, celery, noodles, and water. I didn't actually even put chicken broth in it. It's literally just those. It's got to be disgusting.
He did eat the noodles, or made it with noodles.
Boiled
There's noodles.
carrots are not disgusting.
Yeah, but cooked in water. I can't imagine that would be like. It is what it is. That's what he had for dinner. Was that?
So
And I
there
did
were
not-
noodles in the vegetable soup.
he-
I
he
re-
had- he
there were,
asked
it
for
was
noodles.
stated that there were noodles. So you ate the noodles.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
he asked for noodles, I put them in there. Yeah.
And asked for him. You just said that. I said, okay.
Yeah. I said noodle. He said okay. So I put 'em in there.
Dietary plan.
He's gonna have the poops.
I was gonna say, if you ate noodles, I do need a constitution check for the night. Because if you've been a vegan for some odd years, I can't attest personally, but
Yeah, man.
I have not been a vegan ever,
With
but
the
I
keto.
feel as though keto is not veganism at all.
I spilled beer. Hold on.
Yeah, but I know that. I know that it does weird stuff when you eat something different.
Yeah, definitely. But with a 16 constitution, he does make it through once he gets back after he gets done cleaning up his spilled beer here.
Do I notice Ari acting funny, or are you just kind of in your head?
I don't know if I'm acting.
Okay,
funny.
I'm back.
I'm just paying more attention to the bacon and
Okay.
possibly the room.
Dee Dee, you're fine, but your stomach's a little upset. It's not like you managed to not have a horrible night. You have a rough time getting to sleep. Your stomach feels a little. You got them bubble
How
gut.
was my yoga this morning then?
A little uncomfortable, but not bad. It was still good yoga, but you're just a little uncomfortable. You got those bubble guts, man.
I
So
do
I'm
figure.
walking in the kitchen and then I'm just walking back down. I don't even look at the food. Don't even say anything. I just go down to the quarters and go and start working on my studies.
As you walk by, I'm going to ask you, do you want breakfast?
I'm good, thank you.
There's some carrots and some other vegetables. Have plenty of raw carrots and such over. I'm going to point over in the corner where there's a bag full of like carrots and stuff as he's walking by.
I'm good, thank you. And just keep walking.
All right, yeah, I did. I don't know, and I'm going to look at Ari. I wonder what they cooked for breakfast. I don't really know what. I should ask you what they cooked for breakfast.
They probably didn't cook anything. They probably just ate it raw.
Yeah, from what I understand, he was very pampered. He didn't really do anything for himself.
Yeah, but if you cook vegetables, you cook the nutrients out of them.
But they're so much better. That stew
Yeah,
was
but
good.
but you
I have
can't
some
live
left
on it.
over in the pot over there. We can heat up for the night.
You have to have proteins and fat, and vegetables don't really provide those well. Well, fats if they have the right. It's just it's more complex. I know that.
I'm concerned that if he had someone cooking for him, and now that person's not cooking for him, that he's not getting proper nutrition that he was getting before.
Well, he still has someone cooking for him.
Yes, but I don't know what he eats.
Yeah, but you can cook though.
Yes, but I don't know what to cook for him.
He's not complaining.
No, I
I'm
would.
starting to get malnourished.
That's what I'm worried about.
You're getting the scurvy.
The scurvy dog. Does he look?
Well, no, because he eats fruits, so it wouldn't be scurvy.
Yeah,
Is he
cooking-
starting to look like skinnier? Have I noticed that he's like losing weight or anything like that?
For some reason, to me, I have always imagined that Dee Dee has pretty much always looked like he's skirting that line of malnourishment. So I don't know, honestly. Dee Dee, you'd have to tell us if Dee Dee's like losing weight, not looking as physically fit or whatever.
Yeah, I'd be on that line because that veganism thing. I don't.
But you have to eat beans because beans is where you're going to get your proteins and other soy.
So, I don't know. I don't know the healthy aspects of eating because I was pampered.
Yeah,
So I imagine I am not getting what I need to be getting.
you get him
I haven't
some.
heard.
Need some fatty vegetables like avocados.
Because I
or
think
olives.
literally all I've had so far since we've left is fruits.
Be careful that avocado. You start using that too much, you're gonna go broke. Start making that avocado toast.
It's nuts, seeds, and then different types of beans, and then you add the fruits and vegetables.
No, but I think literally since we went on this adventure, it's had been nothing but vegetables and fruits.
Yeah.
So I imagine losing weight pretty.
Yeah, you're
pretty-
probably starting to lose some of your.
Probably muscle tone. I'm gonna end up dying before we get to land.
You might. That would Does Lily know anything about the nutritional thing?
Well, she's an herbalist, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take the time to ask her, because at this point I would be concerned he's not eating. I'm used to cooking for, and I'm going to pat my my dwarven belly. People who consume more food than they probably should, and I've noticed that Dee Dee's might be getting a little thin. I don't really know what to cook for him.
Oh, DM, I am also doing my herbalist studies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would I be able to do? Would I be able to do both in a day, or would it be one study a day?
One
But I
study a
got
day.
one study a day. Okay, then today I'm working on my herbalist.
You know what's funny is you talk about this, like he would have had like meals prepared and whatnot, but you know, like if Dee Dee gets like hungry and wants snacks, you assume he would think like, "Hey, I want some nuts because I used to eat nuts."
Yeah, I don't know what he eats though. You say nuts?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think that I got any nuts. I didn't order any nuts. Perhaps
You know, like
I don't remember.
almonds, pecans.
Nuts are a good place for fat.
So maybe we should, unless he's like got a stash of them in a bag or something.
I don't think Hanana would have had nuts. Do you think turtles eat nuts?
I don't know. I mean, I know that Krillak eats bacon. Of course, I thought everybody ate bacon. Bacon. I heard that there was once a bacon ale or beer that was made. Who was it that made that? I believe it was some half. No, it was a goblin and a bugbear that created it. It was delicious. I mean, we're getting off topic. Maybe when we get to town, I should probably.
You know when you made him like that vegetable soup, you could add it in some beans instead of
I didn't order any. I didn't order beans, and I know I did.
lentil and like other beans. You didn't get any of that. I feel like you would have.
I got rice. I got some chickens. I've got some sides of beef.
Did the cobalt get anything? Because
Well, he did. I don't know what he got. What did the cobalt get any beans?
Yeah, when you were going through, you'd have found some beans on there. I mean,
Okay, I'll have to
rice
make
and beans.
beans. I'll make some beans for it then. I'll do that now. I'm gonna go over and get some beans, and I'm gonna make him some beans and beans and rice. And I'm gonna do that as I'm in there, as I'm cleaning up. I'm gonna make a thing of beans and rice.
Well, Socks has kind of stayed behind up at the helm for a couple minutes, chit chatting with you, Krillok, while all this is going on, and he's laughing because he's telling you, yeah. So I told him it meant good morning, my lady, but what it actually means is, hey, good looking. So
So you're fucking.
That is.
That's good.
I mean, just the greeting. That's it. Because I mean, he'll probably get like a weird look for the first couple of times, and then people will be like, "Excuse me," and then he'll just think it's because he's not saying it right, and it'll be kind of funny. I
should like swap the masculine and feminine and everything when you teach him.
Oh no, I don't want to get him hit. What if he comes across like a dragonborn or something? I'm not trying to get his ass kicked. It's just kind of funny. That's why we're like, hey, good looking, and not like, you got a nice butt or something, because that just seems like
Any of the bad words yet?
No. I'm kind of looking forward to that one. I don't want to be like too bad about it, Like it's funny at a certain point, and then once you get past that point, it's not funny. It's just mean. Lily came up. She was looking around at one point, and I was like, "Oh shit," because I thought she was gonna hear me telling him, and I was like, "Oh man," but she didn't hear me, so that was like.
You're the strangest kobold I've ever met. Any other kobold would have jumped at the chance to sit there and completely twist somebody's words around, learn something like this.
Yeah, but like it might come in useful one day for him to actually be able to talk it, So I don't want to like mess it up too much. What is that? and he kind of like looks off towards the shoreline. I'll be right back. Make a perception check for me as Socks is just gonna like sprint over, jump over the guard, and make his way down through the door. Ari, are you standing on the hatch there watching, or are you
Is that a
standing next to
hatch?
it? Yeah, that's the hatch right
Did
there.
you just fool Krillock?
Well, I don't mean to be standing on the hatch.
You
On a
see,
table.
Socks just bashes through the galley door, leaves it, or slams it behind him, and then jumps down, rushes down to Krillock's cabin. Dee Dee, you're sitting out there nursing your bubble guts, as Socks just comes sprinting by, runs through. You can hear as he's rifling around through a chest, and then aha, and he comes out, slams the door, and rushes towards the ladder. Comes back up, and as you see him go by, he's got a very nice looking spyglass in his hand. He makes his way up the ladder, rushes past Carrick and Ari, back onto deck, and makes his way back up next to you, Krillock. And he just kind of he pulls his box over, and you can see that there's kind of a glinting on the shore. It looks like just something catching just the faintest little bit of light, but it's reflecting it back. And he pulls his box over and drags it over next to the rail, and he stands up on it and pulls out this really, and you know that this spyglass is probably one of the more expensive items on your ship. These things typically run at a baseline of about 250 gold, but Socks and you went in together on this particular piece and purchased a pretty good one. And he sits there and he starts looking through it. Man, that is, hey, look at this. He offers
Yeah,
it like,
yeah. I'm gonna one-eye it.
well, of course. So as you look through where the glinting is, you can see that it looks like on shore. It's a bit of a rocky shore. It's the sand. There's some palm trees, but it's a rocky shore with some rather large rock formations. And in one of the rocks, it looks like there's a sword sticking out of it. It looks just like a sword in a stone, and it looks like it's buried probably. If you're thinking long sword, you imagine that this thing is probably buried about a foot, a half a foot to a foot deep in this thing. But it's pretty nice looking piece from this distance anyway.
All right, I'm behind the spyglass back to Socks. I'm like, tell everybody we're gonna make way for shore real quick. Let's go check this out. That looks nice. We make that's a pretty good, chunk of change there. You know what I'm saying?
Socks has a spyglass back up to his eye, and all he responds with is shiny.
Exactly. Yeah. Come on, go put that away and tell everybody we're gonna
Yeah,
make route over here.
And Socks takes off again with the spyglass, and as he runs past you, Lily, he's like, "We're going ashore!" He jumps in the galley. "We're going ashore!" Dee Dee, you hear this twice before he finally makes it down and bashes into Krillock's room where he puts it back in the box, but he yells it to you as well.
Okay.
And we're at 10:10 Eastern time for right now, so we're going to go ahead and take our break on that, and then we'll pick back up once we get back here in about 5-10-ish minutes.
All right.
So we'll be right back. All right. Here we are, back again.
Back again.
And that's how I got syphilis for the third time.
It was so long ago.
Last week? That wasn't that long.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
He said the third time, not the 13th time.
I lost track.
All right, so where we left off at there was Krillock and Socks noticed something shiny. It is not too long. The sun's up over the horizon, but barely at this point. Still pretty early morning. Breakfast is served. People are eating. but they spotted something shiny, and Socks has taken off and told everybody that we are heading towards shore.
Sure, are we not? Well, you know what? I'm not the captain. That's fine. I'm just gonna go back to reading my book.
Well, trust
Yeah,
me, it's
they
a
got
good one.
distracted.
I'm gonna try to say something to him in Draconic.
Is it hello?
Yeah,
He's gonna
yeah.
look. He's gonna look back at you and say, "Avayoren bensvelk vorkier," which is "Hey, good looking," which is what he taught you was "Good, good morning, my lady." That's the one you've been working on.
I will repeat it back to him and give him a thumbs up.
He's gonna give you one back. You get good, buddy. Still really heavy on the dwarven accent, but you know it's gonna take some time to get rid of. Oh, there's something shiny, and he just kind of smiles and runs out, runs back up.
Maybe we shouldn't let kobolds be captain. We'll probably chase every shiny thing ever.
Probably.
He's not the captain.
I don't know what a captain is.
Socks has gone from looking exhausted to absolutely over the moon excited, though.
Must
And at
be
this point-
something good. I'll get up and I'm gonna go out onto the promenade.
I will follow
It's a
it.
55-foot boat. We don't have a promenade.
So what are we doing out here? What's shiny? I'm gonna look around and see if I can see it.
Make a perception check.
Even with him pointing it, do I have?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're catching the glint is the thing. You're
I don't
catching the
see-
glint from the sun.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Excuse me. Yeah. No. Unfortunately, you're not. Well, it's kind of overcast. It's kind of overcast. So like the sun now, it's the clouds and the everything else that's going on, and so yeah, just you know.
Right. Okay.
But trust me, it's glinty. And at this
Maybe I'll
point,
see
he
it when I
takes
get-
off. He takes off up the mast towards the crow's nest. At this point, and you hear him yell back down to Krillok. I'm watching for anything. We're not. I don't see anything. I don't see anything to worry about yet.
How's our water look? We got enough water to get up there?
Yeah, we can pull in close. So, after I'm gonna say probably about 20-ish minutes of this, hold on. My hair's driving me crazy. Normally I wear a hat. It doesn't take. I would think it's 20 minutes is a reasonable time to get from where you guys were closer to shore to where you could at least anchor. Because you're not gonna beach it, obviously. I mean, so. But you get to a point to where you can anchor, and at this point, Socks is still up in the crow's nest, and he's looking around to try to see if he can pick out where the glint was again. So, I guess I need to make a roll for him, huh? If anybody else is going to be trying to get an eye on this glinting object as well, please feel free to roll a perception check.
Do I need to roll another one? Or do I have a pretty good understanding of where it's at?
You got a pretty good idea of where it was. You know what? Why make rolls for no reason? You can remember where it's at.
All right.
Socks lost sight of it because he went below deck.
You want me to send my owl out to take a look at it and see what it is, or are we just gonna make land?
I still see it. We're good. It's right there. I'm gonna kind of point where I'm seeing.
Sounds good.
I'm still just resting down below because of bubble guts.
Now, this, what do we say? This thing has like a 5-foot keel on it. Is that right? So you could basically get this thing
thereabout.
like, you can basically get this thing on shore essentially. So there's not, you don't have I don't think, there was never mention of any. I'm gonna have to get a freaking hat. There was never mention of any like rowboat or anything, right?
No, we there's no shore landing craft or whatever.
Okay, yeah. So a 5-foot draft. Yeah. So you can basically get this thing on shore. So instead, why don't I just do this? Let me.
Aww.
So who all is going ashore? Because I know Dee Dee said something about just he's gonna stick with what he's doing right now.
I'll definitely go ashore. I'm as curious as I am. I feel like Krillock would probably.
Well, how are we getting ashore? Sounds like I'm boat bound.
I can carry some folks.
Well, I'll go with you if you want me to go with you. If you'll carry me.
You guys are just out past where the waves are breaking, I would think. So it's not too deep at this point.
Yeah, they're not too deep. It's still sometimes over my head.
You can drown in an inch of water.
Yes. You can be swept away by 2.
You know, you should really get like a little rowboat or something. Like, attach it to the back or something. As I'm wading through the water to get to shore. As soon as I hit shore, can I dry myself with prestidigitation? Don't know that I can. I can make wind.
We know.
Yes. I'm going to attempt to use prestidigitation to dry myself off and clean myself the best I can. I know it's not gonna like dry me instantly.
Sorry, I'm making a quick adjustment here. Okay, that's easy enough. Forgive. I'm making a quick adjustment. Okay. I think we're good. All right, so I'm going to move you guys over to a new map. So, Dee Dee, are you there? Yay or nay?
I am not there.
Okie dokie. Let me zoom this in because this looks a little like we're not taking up as much real estate as we could for the viewers at home here. There, that looks a little better. Alrighty. So, Dee Dee, you are not here. However, I am going to place you over here in the water. So you are staying. You're staying on the ship. Krillock, before you disembark, Sox is gonna look at you and stay, go. What do you want me to do? Are you talking to me? Your lips are moving, but I can't hear what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, because you're actually talking to me.
Stay on the boat. Just hang out there. Check on Dee Dee every now and then. He's looking a little rough.
All right, yeah, sure, definitely. All right. So you make your way to shore. Those of you that are going, with the help of Krillock, RAU, and Lily can make it ashore. I think you could
We're
probably
staying
get
on the
both of you.
boat. Watch.
Oh, you're staying on the boat. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave you right over there. So
The party.
Socks is the party is split. Yes. So So Socks is standing on the deck. Dee Dee's below deck. You're watching from the deck with Socks?
Yes.
Okay, so the three of you then make it to shore. Now, what you can see, this is where you saw it, and I don't know if you can tell, but over here, in a portion of this rock face, where it looks like some large rocks clumped together, there is a sword that is sticking out of this stone. And it looks like it's buried, but it looks like it's a dang good quality sword.
That's interesting.
That
Yeah.
is very interesting. I suggest I leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm with him. Or her. I'm with her. I think leaving it alone is probably a better idea. I mean, and if you do plan to pull it out, can you let me maybe like look at it a little bit before you do it, and then I'm gonna step back and watch you implode.
I'm going straight to it.
At least let me look at it before you.
Well, get over here and look at it then.
Okay, I'm gonna go over and I would like to take a glance. Can I roll
Okay.
an Arcana?
You can roll an Arcana.
I feel like this is such a bad idea. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go over and take a gander. $23. Unless
Okay, we're
everybody
charging
around me
mysterious
gives me advantage.
With the 23, you're seeing that there doesn't seem to be any arcane sigils inscribed on this particular blade. It doesn't seem to have anything that would give it any magical properties, but in investigating it without touching it, without doing anything, you're doing a close investigation. You can see that this is a very, very well crafted blade. Everything from pommel to blade is exceptional quality, and it all seems to be in really good shape.
Can you give me a few minutes? I'd like to cast a few spells, to maybe examine it in the surrounding rock and whatnot. This just.
Are you gonna stay way back there and examine it, or are you gonna come over here and like really examine it?
No, I'm right next to it. I'm in front of it.
No, you're still standing on the beach. There you
No, I'm
go.
right there with you.
There you go. All right.
Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
I didn't
Do your
I-
thing.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm going to just kind of sit there and I'm going to chant and I'm going to cast Identify. But first, I'm going to cast and I'm doing this ritualistic. I'm going to cast Detect Magic first.
Okay.
Do I detect any magic around it, the stone, anything, when I open my eyes?
All right, so 10 minutes of casting.
Yes.
Back to the ship. Socks is like bouncing up and down next to you, Lily. What is he doing? What is he? He's got the spyglass from Krillock's box again. He's got it up against his face. What's he doing? What the? Just where are they? He like offers it over to.
I can see Socks. He's probably trying to make sure that it's safe instead of just going in there and dying like the most of your kind do.
Well,
Whoa!
What's your average lifespan?
pretty low.
Yeah.
Dwarves do live a long time.
I'm not gonna argue that, but I think he could have been nicer about that. Like I thought we were nicer than that.
Well, apparently being nice is the wrong thing to be in this world.
Oh, sweet girl, who hurt you? And he just pulls the spyglass back and puts it back up to his eye, looking. No, but really, what's going on? You all right?
I'm fine. Just watch them. We might have to go get Dee Dee, and you're faster.
Yeah, you don't sound fine. I want to talk to your new buddy, Socks?
Nope.
Okay. Well, you know, my feelings are a little hurt, but it's fine. It's all right.
Rude.
I'll just sit here and watch the spyglass then.
I mean, I just said you've lived longer than most your kind. I don't see how that's rude. You're probably one of the more intelligent ones, or you have people that care about you.
Sniffles slightly. No, that wasn't the rude part. It's fine. No, it's fine, because it was in good humor. I appreciate some good humor, but I just, you sound a little, perturbed. Am I using that word right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you want to talk about it, I'm here. I think. Kirik, Krilok, and Ari, you hear, as off in the distance, Socks just yells out, "Just pull it out already!" Alright, and about that time, you finish your ritual casting. Because he's been watching you for probably a good 5 minutes at this point in silence, because Lily doesn't want to talk, and he's just staring through the spyglass intently at what's going on. So your detect magic comes up with Bumpkus.
What kind of sword is it? Can I tell?
It looks like a longsword. Got the proper length for a longsword for a human.
For what's
I,
exposed?
I see no magic around it. I mean, I do have one other spell I could cast, but honestly, I don't think it's really going to do anything. So,
Was the
it
magic
looks-
when you cast a spell? Do you cast it on like the sword, or you cast it like on everything around it?
No, it's on me, and I can see any magical aura, essence, anything.
So if the
there's
rock
no
was
magic.
magical, you could see it.
Right. The rock is not magical. The sword is not magical. The ground around. I'm gonna look around. And I mean, like, I can see that you have like a little aura around your neck, and I can see the magic. There's no magic. There's nothing. This is a rock that has somehow or another been stabbed by a sword, which still I think should just be left the hell alone. But who
It's
am I
either
to
a-
say?
Good sword or a bad rock.
Yeah, combination of both, I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna grab the hilt and try and pull it out.
I'm backing the fuck up. Good luck.
Alright. Roll a...
Hold on. Give me a
Initiative.
second. Let me. No, I do not have that spell. I was making sure. I've got so many spellcasters, so I have nothing to help him. I'm just gonna pat him on the shoulder and I'm gonna back the hell up.
Alright, strength saving throw as you try to pull the sword loose. Alright. The sword comes loose. You're now holding it. Nothing bad seems to be happening.
Oh, good.
But
Now
then
we're
s-
gonna take it with us.
But then there's a bit of a rumble as... Oh, hold on. Man, kitty.
Oh shit.
Off the other keyboard. There's a bit of a rumble. There's a bit of a rumble as the rock in front of you, you turn around, you look at him, you're like, huh. And then the rock in front of you starts to shift slightly, and you see as it kind of rolls back as this giant creature.
That is not what I was checking for, and I'm backing up.
All right. You said you backed up, but I didn't see your token move. You need to move your token to where
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna be. Whenever we get started
I
here.
would have probably
But
backed up about right there. I would have gotten.
let me.
Wait, no, Ari's over there. I would have went back to Ari, and I would have been talking to her. This is a bad idea.
So this giant creature that looks like a huge hermit crab that apparently this sword was stuck in its shell sort of leans back and protrudes out, and its claws click loudly, and you can see as some other of the rock formation starts to shift around as well. Whereas where there's a berry bush currently growing on the side of a rock, you find as it starts to lean back and the form protrudes of the bearmit crab. And up closer, a seagull takes flight as another one shifts back and start answering with
Shit.
clicks.
Shit.
And
Give
I
the
would-
sword back. Give the sword back.
I don't think it matters anymore. I'm going to.
So,
I'm gonna
initiatives.
immediately like. Oh shit! I'm gonna look back at the boat and do one of these. And that's all. That's it. Oh my god, we're dead.
So
Ready my weapons.
put them on initiative here, and then I will change our music up so we got something a little bit more fun. Which one's the one that's not like too heavy? Nope, not that one. That's good enough. All right.
Look at that initiative. Oh yeah.
So yeah, these bearmit crabs have made their presence known. The Krillok, you're now standing there holding a long sword. It's been a week and I have somehow forgotten how to roll 20. All right, so Carrot.
Hey, DM, real quick. Was I
Yes.
supposed to roll initiative even though I'm not in anything, or wait?
You can roll initiative, but we're gonna skip over your turn until somebody lets you know what's going on and you make it out there. If that's the way that you guys want to do this.
Was he? He was below decks, right?
Yeah, he's below deck. I guess I need to add socks too, huh?
Good luck, guys.
Yeah. All right.
It's never
I don't
unavailable.
suppose that we can outswim these, do you think? And I'm going to move.
How far is the boat?
Yeah,
Offshore.
I mean, you swam up. It would be just past the breakers, which I would think would be what a safe distance would maybe be 100 feet offshore, 50 feet offshore. What would you think? You're the one that lives on boats all the time.
A 5-foot boat? I mean, you could bring that in pretty close to me, figure.
Okay,
I'd say 30 feet offshore.
30 feet sounds good to me. Yeah, we can do that. Again, you're the subject matter expert for ships as far as I'm concerned, so I'll happily go with the 30 feet. So, Carrot, you've got top of the round as these creatures seem to be answering the call of one of their own who has just had a sword removed from the exterior shell that looks like a rock.
All right. I'm going to see. Hold on. What that? Okay. All right. I will. Okay. All right. I guess I'm going to cast web. Look at the range. Web's fill a 20-foot cube, and I'm going to put it right there so that it will affect the two of them. The 20-foot cube right between them, and hopefully I'm going to maybe capture two.
I'm trying to get you a template for the web here. Hold on, I'm sorry.
And I don't. about to tell. I was about to drop a floating disc and tell Ari to jump on it and then get on Krillak's back, but I don't have it prepared, so that ain't happening.
It's a 20-foot cube.
A 20-foot cube.
All right, I don't have any 20-foot cubes, so just draw one out if you don't mind.
I'll draw one out. There you go, 20-foot cube.
Perfect.
Roughly. So that should get them both entangled into it. And when I cast it, I'm gonna say, hopefully that holds them to Ari as I throw a web down onto them. If one of them moves, you should probably keep it from killing me.
I'll do my best.
Thank you.
Still think we should give the sword back.
I think so too. But here we are.
Try to make sure. Okay, so when they start their turn in the web, they have to make a dex saving throw. And if they fail, then they're restrained in it. Okay.
Yeah, let me cast it for you.
I'll look it up.
Still need to
Okay.
cast it so it takes it off.
All right, Krillok. That
Alright, I'm
takes
gonna-
us to you, I think.
Bonus action raged. Run to here. Grab Ari. And use my action to dash in the water. I think I have a 30-foot swim speed. As close to the boat as possible.
And so it took a shot at you there as you ran away, but it
did
missed.
Not hit.
Yeah, it definitely missed. All right. So you grab Ari. Ari, are you just
Yeah, I'll
letting
go
that
with
go?
him. Assuming Carrick, he got there on his own, right? I mean, he wasn't on the back. He wasn't escorted when he came out, was he?
That's a good question. If I would have brought them both out, I probably would have brought both of them back, which would I don't know if that would hinder my swim speed by half. Did I bring?
With one person, it's gonna hinder your swim speed.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it will hinder. You're gonna cut your speed in half by carrying someone.
All right.
Or was he carrying two people? Or did Carrick get out on his own?
That's on Carrick there, because I said I would bring you in. I didn't say anything about Carrick. I assumed the dwarf could swim.
I think
Okay.
Tom got his name again.
Carrick. That's you, Tom.
That's me. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you swim out there?
Yeah, I came out. I was complaining and drying myself
But
off.
did you? You
Yeah.
swam though. All right.
I
So
swam out there. Yeah.
I would have grabbed Airy and made it so 15 feet into the water, or so about halfway between the shore and the boat.
Okay. So let me put you guys here, and I'm going to.
I'm dead.
All right, so try to help me remember 15 feet on that one, but I'm putting 2 marker. So that's an easy way to do it. All right, so Lily, you just saw this happen, and you're standing there next to Socks, who is now, though silent, just staring into the spyglass, and his jaw's just like a little bit drooped open.
You better go get Dee Dee. I think we're running. I don't know.
Okay.
And how far away is the boat from the shore?
30 feet. So distance-wise from the shore, this one would be 50 feet from you. This one would be 65. And, well, that's from the shore. Roughly 65, roughly 65. roughly 50.
She's gonna hold an acid splash if something gets closer to the boat.
Okay.
And that'll be that.
All right. Well, this first Bearmint Crab is going to make his deck save to see if he gets webbed. What's your DC?
It might be 14. Hold on. My 14. Beat it.
It is going to... close in on you, and it's going to attempt to grab you within its claws.
Alright, I'm going to use my. I think I can use. Hold on, let me check spell. Hold on. I have a backup. I think Misty Step is a bonus action. As soon as he does that, I am going to Misty Step my happy ass 30 feet out into the water.
That would have to be a reaction to do it on his turn.
Oh shit, that's right, it's a bonus. Fuck. Okay. I got something else. Hold on. I believe. Shit, I should have used my bonus action. I didn't know we were gonna. I thought we were gonna fight. I can take a hit. I can take a hit.
Well, I don't think an 11's going to hit you anyway, because I assume you have your mage armor up.
Yeah. I'm looking at one other thing though. Hold on. This will be badass if I have it actually fair. I do. Well, it's not. Never mind. I don't have anything. I'll miss. He'll miss me. I'll dodge.
All right. This other one is not in the web, and he will start rushing towards... after Krillock, I should say. And he's only got a 5-foot reach. Alright, so Ari, you are currently being swiftly taken back towards the Kilbrine.
I'm assuming there's not a whole lot I can do. Like I'm being carried and not riding on his back.
Unless you want to run the risk of him losing his grip on you.
No, I'm gonna see if we can't get to the boat.
Okay. You're about halfway there in the water at this point.
That's what I figured. And I can't really hold my well, no, turn's almost over. I'm good. I can't do a lot. I'm just gonna go with it.
Okay. Alright, this one does not make it, and it is entwined in the web, and it is restrained.
As well it should be. Bastard.
Alright, and that takes us to Socks, who at this point is gonna take off. His jaw still like hanging open from his mouth. He's gonna take off towards the door. He's gonna bust in the galley, and he's just gonna yell down, "Dee! There's like Bearmint crabs!" And then run back to the edge next to Lily and look through again, look again at what's going on.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's pretty much all you got out of it. He either didn't hear or didn't really have a reply in that 6 seconds that he rushed in and yelled it and ran back out.
He continues his yoga.
All right, Carrick.
I love it.
I'm studying.
All right. I am going to Misty Step as a bonus action, but since I got this one on me, I will I'm gonna cast Thunderclap. Let's see how. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Thunderclap as my action, and then I'm going to run and then swim as close as I can get to the boat. I don't know what would be the closest thing. 25 feet is what I got. Shit, I'm throwing stuff. So I'd imagine 5 feet.
I think if you don't have a swim speed listed, your speed half is what you can swim.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, right? So I will go 5 feet, and I'd imagine maybe 10 feet into the water there, and that'll leave me 15 feet. So I will go another 5 feet, 5 to 5, whatever you want to do, 5 or 10 more feet into the water, and then I'm going to Misty Step my happy little ass 30 feet out into the water.
All right. Well, with Misty Step, you can get onto the boat.
I'm on the boat. Goodbye.
Okay. All right, so suddenly Carrick pops up next to Lily and Sock. Krillock.
I will use every ounce of movement I have to get back to the boat while shouting, "Stand by anchor. As soon as we get on, we're out."
What is that? I'm gonna be on the boat drying myself up. What does that mean?
Socks is already getting ready to move. All right, so you're next to the ship. Next turn, you'll be able to pull yourself and Ari up. Lily.
Sorry, I'm trying to think because I don't think grease would actually make water difficult terrain. Because it's water, and it's just
No.
grease.
You need oil
Well, I imagine they would still try to swim through it.
and choke and die.
Like,
See, and then it's like it falls.
Like those
around,
big
so I
oil
don't think it
companies
works.
do all over.
I don't think it would make it difficult terrain, though I don't really want to argue the semantics either of, like, oil and water and a crab swimming through it. 'Cause that sounds like a commercial.
It's not oil. It's grease. It's called grease. It's a bit of pork rind or butter. So it's literally like.
Like, give me grease. All right.
So. I'm just waiting again for something to get closer to the boat before casting Acid Splash.
Okay. Well, this one starts its turn in the web again still, so it is going to have to make that dexterity saving throw again. And this time it fails, so it is restrained. However, its friend is going to hit the water and make its way towards the ship. It has a 20-foot move speed, 30 foot. Yeah, 20-foot swim speed, so it does not make it but about halfway to the ship on its turn.
But it is like 20 feet from Ari
Yes.
and them. Okay, then I'm just gonna use Acid Splash on it.
Okay. I think it's actually gonna sprint on its turn anyway, so it's gonna sprint to double its movement speed in the water, so it'll make it to the boat, I believe. But it's still gonna take the Acid Splash. I'm sorry. I'm thinking it feels like it's been forever since we D&D'd because we took a week off. And it fails, so it takes the 4 acid damage. Alright, so this thing has closed the distance at this point, Krillock. It is right next to you and Ari. Dee Dee.
So I rolled my little personal die here, and it rolled a 2. So I don't really care about hermit crabs. So I'm gonna continue reading.
Okay. Ari, you are next to the ship, right underneath of the ladder.
I'm gonna try to get up the ladder, make life easier for Krillick.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, DM. Could I hear any yelling or like was there any commotion? I should have said that.
You heard "Stand by Anchor."
I don't know what that means, so I continue reading.
So does climbing the ladder, is that a movement, action? What do I have left after?
It is movement. There's not a roll to do it, but it is going to try and get you in its claw as you move out of its range there for an AOO.
So it's right up on us.
Yeah, right up on it. Does a 12 beat your AC?
It does not.
All right, so it makes a grasp at you, but it misses. Ooh.
Oh, you know what happens when something misses? Oh, this is an attack of opportunity, though. Huh?
Well, an attack's an attack.
All right.
So when it
then-
misses, though, it does snip one of the sides of the rope. So now it's like partially hanging by one side. But I'm sorry. You wait. Hold on. What did I miss? Did you say you were gonna do an attack against the attack?
Yeah, riposta. I wish to
Alright.
not counter, but
Repose.
So I do want to ask though. So you were trying to climb with your rapier out to where you would be able to do this?
oh no, I wouldn't have had the rapier out.
Okay.
So I'll just hold on to it then.
Okay.
I'll just get out, stable
Bitch
and
slap that
steady.
crab.
Yeah, you could do it unarmed. But
Nope, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I probably don't. It won't feel it. I don't think. So yeah, I'll just get on the boat, stable footing.
The one on shore is still fighting with the webbing. Socks has now taken off and he's standing by the anchor. Carrot?
All right, so the one that is there at the boat.
Mhm.
That's the one I don't think I shot that one. That's the other one. Whatever one is near the boat. I don't know which one it is. I will cast magic missile on it. That's second one.
Alright.
So 12 and then the 5. So 17 points of damage.
Alright. It's that sent some chunks of rock shell flying.
And at that point, I'll back away from the edge of the boat. I do not want to be grabbed by this thing, so I'm going to back off the boat. And I guess I'm going to look up at, I guess Socks is at the helm, right?
The Socks
Do
is
you
by the
need-
anchor.
Do you need help? I'm going to run over and begin to help him pull that anchor.
Alright.
If there's anything I can do.
Okay. Prillock.
All right. Oh, I gotta snap moving my mouse around here. So Ari's already on board.
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab, and I still have the great sword in one of my hands.
Longsword, yeah.
Or yeah, I'm sorry, the long sword. I'm gonna grab with one hand and make one attack with the longsword. Is it just a regular longsword?
It's actually a longsword +1. It's a masterwork.
So that'll be what, +1 on this for attack?
Mhm.
All right. So whatever I get, we'll just add 1 to it because I have a longsword in my inventory.
Okay. Alright.
I don't know why that came up javelin, but whatever.
Nice.
Counting your javelins down. Okay. Yeah. So, how do you want to kill this thing?
I like it.
Honestly, I just want to cut as much of it off as I can, and then since we're not leaving yet, I want to grab a little bit so we can have some crab meat later.
Okay.
I like it. I like where you're going with that.
All right, so at this point, the other two are still stuck in the web on shore. It's gonna come back around at this point where they could attempt to make the save to get off, but you're gonna have at least one turn. You're gonna be able to make it on to the ship, so I don't really see a point in going through all the rest of it. So so we'll just you guys managed to get up. As soon as you get on board, Sox is already working on pulling that anchor up. And these things don't seem, once they get free of the web, they don't seem too interested in coming out towards the ship. They just seem to be going back over and starting to settle back into their resting spots.
All right.
That was interesting. Wasn't that your job to see that it was a crab? But
You're the one with the mystical eyes that can see magic stuff. I don't know.
obviously they're not magic. I don't do that part of thing. That was exciting. Nice sword.
Yeah.
That was so cool. What the hell were those things?
I'm gonna also grab like the claw, I guess, or whatever I got off the crab, and and hand it over to Carrot. Some
Oh,
crab rangoon maybe tonight. I don't know.
That was so cool. It was like the size of a bear, but it was a hermit crab, and it was living in like a rock.
That was pretty cool. I've only ever seen one of those before. Lily, you awake over there?
Yeah, what?
Oh, you look like you're falling asleep over there. Sorry.
What?
We just like had a really cool encounter there, and you're like over there, just like, I don't know. You're good. All right, all right.
You gotta make one of those. You gotta
My
make one of those.
adrenaline.
You gotta make one of those. You gotta make one of those. You gotta make one of those.
I think Sox wants you to make one of those.
ooh, yeah. Can you make like a little one of your spell things and make one of those out of it? That's
No, I meant like a life-size one. I want a life-size one. I want a big one.
That's a lot of
We can
metal.
keep it on the
Let
ship.
me strip the boat, and I'll make one.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. We're not stripping the boat, Sox. This is our home.
That would be the coolest thing to have on the boat.
We won't have a boat if she strips the boat.
We could call it our guard, bearmint crab.
But we wouldn't have a boat to put it on.
Alright, fine.
If we get some materials later on down the road, maybe we'll look at it. Because I think that'd be pretty cool.
Would be cool.
Anyway, I'm with you on that. But we can't strip the boat for it.
Alright, fine.
in relation to the size of that. I think that would take up a lot of the deck of your boat. It wouldn't be able to go down below. You should probably maybe make a smaller one. Just
It doesn't need to go
you
down
can-
below.
okay, point taken. And I'm gonna take the big crab thing and that I've got. And I'm gonna take it up into the kitchen and start contemplating how to.
Crab rangoon.
Alright, Dee Dee, you have heard all the excitement up on deck at this point, and Sox is jumping up and down yelling, because that was probably one of the coolest things that he's ever seen in his tiny life.
He loves himself some craps.
I'll come up. What's the commotion about?
Socks, I thought I told you to get him.
I did. I ran down. I said, "Hey, there's bearmint crabs," and then I ran back up. I guess I could have been a little bit more descriptive as to.
Yeah, you told me
Hold on.
there's hermit crabs or something, and I said,
Oh no, bearmint crabs. It's like a hermit crab, but it's like the size of a bear.
Well, you should have led with that. I don't know what that is. You just told me about crabs, and I didn't know. And I said, "What does that mean?" And that you ran off.
I was excited.
No, that's fine. I mean, so where they at? We start looking around.
Ooh. Carrick, show him the claw. Show him the claw. Show him the claw.
I'll stick my head out of the kitchen and hold it up, claw. Then I'll go back inside and continue trying to crack it.
Yeah, the claw's huge.
Hey, do you need my awesome long sword here to crack that claw? I have 2 long swords now. We can use that as like crackers.
Well, I mean, it'd probably make it quicker, something a little stronger to crack the shell on this thing to get the meat out. But yes,
I will try and crack the shell. Actually, should we? I guess we're gonna have to break it up to boil it, huh?
well, we do need.
I'm a little excited about this. I'm
I'm
sorry.
I'm sure.
I
Why
haven't
does
had
everybody
crab in
love
a long
crab
time.
so much?
I haven't had crab in forever. Do we have butter?
Oh yeah, yeah, we got butter.
One
Alright,
of you
that's
wants
a-
to own it as a
Me
pet,
and
the
him
other wants to
both.
eat it.
Where are you keeping butter?
Yeah, we've got more food on this boat than we do anything else. It seems.
In the butter
Yeah.
box, duh.
Tell him socks.
Yeah, and oh, Dee Dee, I made you, and I'm gonna point over at a pot that I've got over on the stove that's warm. I made you some beans and rice. I kind of figured maybe that might be more in line with what you are used to. Maybe.
Wait,
Is-
you just
is-
left that on the stove while we were off the boat, or while you were off the
Well,
boat?
no, I mean I cooked it. It's just over there on the stove. It's got to be warmed back up. But I mean I made it for it. It's not, I didn't have it cooking. I'm not.
If we've played anything in video games, we know what happens.
Yeah.
You leave that banana in the frying pan. See how the ship
Yeah.
looks in 15 minutes.
Yeah, it takes about what did we come up with, about 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and it's on fire. So, those listening, Sea of Thieves, banana, 5 minutes, 20 seconds, it's starting.
DM, how am I feeling? Do I need to roll something?
No, with your contract that you did, you managed to stave off most of the non-pleasantries that would come with breaking your diet the way that you did.
Okay, another thing. Do I know why I got that?
I don't. I would think.
I know Dee Dee doesn't know anything about cooking. So
No, he doesn't, but
And
I
I,
would think
just
that-
learned something new myself as a person.
Well, I think
I
that
would
Dee
not-
Dee, though.
I did not know that eggs were a noodle.
Well, with. I think that. Okay,
Oh,
so
Dee Dee.
that leads us to another
Put it
question, though.
together.
That leads us to another question, though. Like, has Dee Dee been eating noodles his whole life and calling himself a vegan? Or has he told his cook he's a vegan and Dee Dee has never really eaten a noodle? Was that a new experience for Dee Dee?
That was a new experience. That was a new experience.
All right, well, then Dee Dee would probably chalk it up to the noodles, but not be sure why.
Okay. But yes, I did learn something today.
Okay. Oh, man, I'm recovering.
I would not be a good vegan.
There's a lot of reasons for that, though.
Yeah.
All the
so
things you
yeah,
have to
I will-
sacrifice.
Beer's not one of them, right?
I don't think vegans can have beer.
Never gonna be a vegan.
I'm not sure, though, actually. That is an interesting question.
But
What was it? I'm sorry. What?
if my
You
stomach
can't.
if my stomach's calmed down, I will grab a bowl of some beans. I was about to say some chili beans, but some beans.
You can. Probably not in olden times, but they do have vegan beers nowadays.
Yeah, it seems like most beers use animal products in their processing. So
Wines, though.
but Budweiser, Bud Light, Coors Light, Miller Original, Genuine Draft, light beer
beers.
from Miller, those are all apparently vegan beers. So you could still drink your Bud Light.
I'm one
Be a
step
vegan.
there.
All right, now give up meat.
Yeah, fuck no.
Text and give up meat.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even remember the last time I had a vegetable.
So as
Is a
we're
pepper a
sailing
vegetable?
along, I'm going to prepare the crab,
All right.
and when I'm done with it, I will. Bam!
So I'm thinking that that's probably going to be like a lunch thing then, since this happened pretty early in the morning.
Well, there you go. 3 extra points.
But that weather's starting to come in that you and Socks were worried about. Socks has gone below deck to get some rest, but it's proven that the old adage is true, and the red morning sun has forbid
Forbade.
Made shit rough.
has fancy English language for foretold that you are in for some inclement weather, as the overcast skies start to drop a drizzle of rain before lunch, um, which then in turn starts to pick up and becomes more of a hefty rain shower.
The rain doesn't bother me anyways.
Still exceptionally warm, so it's not a horrible thing, but I imagine others are probably starting to take shelter below deck at this point. So if you're not, please correct me for those of you that are still sitting at your computers with your headphones on.
I will go and do the below decks without rain.
Carrick would probably be in the galley, I'm assuming. And Socks would be in his.
He's taken his cauldron in because now there's more people on the ship and they move around, so he's put it underneath of your writing desk. And he has started sleeping underneath the writing desk in his cauldron.
That works.
All right. So lunch is served. We're actually gonna wait for. I'm gonna wait for him to get back, unless you guys got something you'd like to do.
So I'm not sleeping. One, it's cold, and two, I have a little cat on my lap, so I was giving him more room. So I'm comfy and warm now. Thank you. And now it's gone because, I had to show them off.
Mine too. She got sick of watching the Earls.
Watching Merles? Is that what you said?
Sorry, I took advantage of Carrick not being at his computer because I went running today, so I've been drinking copious amounts of water.
Yeah, me too. There's this. I think it's like 95% water.
Basically. All right, so it's lunchtime. You have finished the crab ragoon. I don't eat it, so I don't know how to say it.
Rangoon.
Rangoon. Okay, like a mancoon. So, you finish the lunch. You serve it up. I was explaining to everyone else that the wind's starting to pick up. However, there's also a rainstorm that has come overhead. Started with a drizzle and it's become a bit more of a downpour. It's a pretty steady fall. It's not quite it's not like monsoon levels of rain at this point, but it's pretty heavy. Well, not pretty heavy. It is a moderate rainfall that is falling outside. So everyone else has basically come in to below deck, except for Krillock, who is above deck on the aft castle.
You know,
So,
Lily's gonna make her way over to the door and knock on it and try and get socks up if it's like the weather is picking up and Kurlock is up top alone.
And I'm assuming that this boat is built well enough that it doesn't sink when it rains.
Yes,
Good.
it is enclosed and does not collect water below deck.
Unless someone leaves the door open.
Well, they would have to leave. Well, there's a hatch in the galley that goes below deck. So if someone leaves the door open, it's really just kind of like a little bit of water is coming in to the galley. Like right there at the door jamb. So it's not one of those. It's not a Sea of Thieves boat where you're getting water below deck just because it's raining outside.
I get it.
But so you're kind of knocking on the door as everything's kind of shifting.
Trying to get socks to wake up.
You knock and you hear like a ka-thong. Oh, and it makes its way over and opens the door up. Yeah.
There's a storm and no one here knows how to do much with the boat. So I don't know, maybe be awake and help Krillock or teach someone.
Oh. So like a storm or like a you know what? I'll go look. Yeah, we can go help out. Here, you want to learn? Come with me. And he's gonna make his way up and out onto the main deck. And he's gonna look back at Krillock. So
Yeah.
So what you need to look here is you got there's the lines for the sails. We got the 2 sails. Everything looks fine. This is I mean it's a moderate rain here, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I'm not too worried yet. Now if we start hearing thunder, then we probably have a problem coming in. I mean it looks like the wind's picked up, but it's good because it's heading east, which is in our favor. So that's nice. So we're getting a little bit of extra speed here. That we are getting a little bit wet. He's gonna look back towards Krillock and he's gonna everything, you know, like good. All right, everything's good. All right,
If it starts getting out of hand, I'll call back for you. But we're good now. Go back to sleep. Go back to sleep.
we're good. So he's gonna start explaining to Lily like, all right, so if it's clear out, you can see about 10 miles from the crow's nest, you know. But when it starts getting overcast, you limit yourself. So it's roughly about like 5 miles out. In rain like this, you only can see about a mile out. So it's a good idea in weather like this, of course, to like have somebody that's looking out. But we're used to having a 2-man crew, so the crow's nest doesn't get used too much. But you know, it's also don't have any like fog rolling in. I mean, it is kind of warm. It's a little bit warm, so I'd be a little bit concerned if it hadn't been like warm all day, I guess. But I think it's fine as long as we don't hear any thunder.
Okay.
So,
Or if the turtle has it, then yeah. Sorry.
nah, you're good.
I have a name.
Better safe than sorry.
The halfling has questions.
I feel like you two are grumpy at each other, and you need to work that out. Hug it out, you twos. And he starts making his way back down.
What's with the cold shoulder? The 3rd degree, the 4th degree, maybe even a 5th degree.
If you need any help, you know, just stomp.
No,
your
no,
foot, I guess,
you know
right
what? I'm gonna stomp my foot. Come on up here. Let's have a chat.
there. And she's just gonna go below deck and wait.
I'm gonna keep stomping my feet. I'm doing a jig up there on the deck up here.
Poor Carrick. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna tell.
Okay, everything froze for a second, then it unfroze.
I'm gonna tell Lily. I'm gonna say, you should go up and talk to him. Be the bigger person. Yes, I didn't mean it like that, but you know what I mean. Just go talk to him. And I'm gonna continue to eat.
see that.
It's delicious.
So I'm assuming that Carrick says this down the hatch because Krillock is dancing a jig above him in the galley.
Still stomping. Stomping the yard.
And the boat splits into 2 pieces and we die. TPK. Well, are you going to go or not? He's not going to quit.
Dump, 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 dump,
When he actually needs our help, we won't know to help him, so maybe he'll figure it out.
dump, 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 dump.
At this point, Krillock has heard thunder off in the distance.
Dump, 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 dump. Dump, 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 dump. You know what? I'm sailing this bitch into the fucking island then. Nobody cares.
I'm gonna go back up with him. She's not coming.
Yeah, we got thunder, so I just kind of need some extra eyes out here. I don't want to.
Oh, I am. The owl is probably better than that. I'm gonna open my bag and get out here. And the owl's gonna shoot up. Don't really know how well it's gonna do in the rain. I've never been out in the sea with. We could try it. We can see.
Oh, an extra set of eyes will definitely help out right now.
Oh, right. Good. Then I'm gonna send the owl out, and I'm just gonna kind of grab a hold of the rail and hold one hand over one eye, and then
What's our sea state looking like?
use some words that are
Getting rough.
Like footwise. Like 1 to 3 or nothing to 3 would be calm. 4 to 6 would be that really sucks, and anything over 6 would be really shitty for everybody down below.
Probably around 4-ish at this point. You can see, as you're looking around, the rain has picked up. You are seeing lightning, but it seems to be off over the ocean. But it appears that the weather is moving in from that direction. So you feel like right now you're getting about 4 feet-ish, but it seems like whatever this is moving toward the ship.
All right, so everybody down below is gonna be getting seasick as shit.
Wait,
right
no,
now.
it's not over the ocean. It is coming in from the land because you guys are sailing east and the wind is coming from the east.
All right, so we got a storm coming from the land, coming across the land to us.
Yeah.
Kind of pushing us out a little bit.
Yes.
All right, so everybody down below, with the exception of maybe Socks, is probably getting seasick as shit right now then.
Okay.
I would agree.
4-foot seas on a little 55-foot boat, that's going to be pretty nasty out there.
All right, so you guys are getting jostled around a little bit. Dee Dee, you can actually hear through the wall as it seems like the pot, the cooking pot, seems to be rolling away from the wall and then rolling back into the wall with a king, just every now and then. But you don't hear anything else going on in there.
I'm gonna cross my legs and try to start meditating to keep myself focused on not what's going on right now.
I'm going to keep pushing through, driving as much as I can.
Okay.
In the world of
we need to run
Tiermora, where exactly
Constitution?
are we on the map?
Is it working now?
Yes.
My sound is gone then.
Interesting. All right, so you two can feel the effects, but it's not pushing you to the point of getting downright seasick. As far as Tiermora is concerned, let me find. I said it was going to take you about 5 days to get. I think I did it this way and then this way. So how many? So I said 900 miles. You're on day 3. So you're doing like 180 miles a day. So that would put you about 540 miles in. So you are about between here and here-ish.
All right. Just trying to get an idea what, where we'd make landfall.
You would make landfall. You're fairly certain at this point you'd be making landfall north of where Broken Tusk Keep is. It's obviously it would be faster for you guys to circle your way around and come in at their docks, but you're not going to be coming in on like the woods. It's actually more of a flat land out on this side.
So their docks are over here.
Yeah, their docks are out on the eastern side of the island, right here-ish.
Okay, I'd just be looking for a spot to pull in just for the night until the seas calm down. Is all it would be.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty easy to find. As it's coming in.
I mean, I'm gonna keep pushing through, but once it starts getting real bad, that's when I'm gonna start looking for some kind of like little something.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Well, the shore. I mean, the waves are a little bit rough right now, but the shores that you look out on, you can definitely see the shore because you're not more than a mile out at this point. But it looks to be relatively flat land, a nice soft white beach, soft sand white beach. But it's not too hard to find. You make it up until about the evening. So around dinner time is when the swells start to get higher as this thing has been over the water at this point. It's been building with the humidity. Excuse me. And
I'd
become
say
quite a heavy storm.
Once the seas get to be between 5 and 6 foot is when I would start to look for land and like a safer anchorage.
All right. Well, so as you're bringing the ship in, it's going to be around dinner time. The seas are pretty rough, obviously, based off what you've said. So the seas are pretty rough. I'm going to get you to do a water vehicles handling, whatever that is. All right. You have some help with where everyone else can help, but and with Socks as well, obviously helping out. You
So would that
kind
be
of
an advantage then?
Socks isn't proficient with water vehicles. Well, I guess he would be because he works the helm, huh? So yeah, I can see you getting an advantage on that one. Much better, like a glove.
We're seasoned.
You were about to be more wet.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. So yeah, no, you bring it in, no big deal. Anchor it out, and it's about dinner time. Storm is passing over. It's still a lot of ups and downs, obviously, but you managed to get the anchor out. So
we found like I would assume like a little bay or something to kind of pull into to kind of weather the storm out. Maybe
less bay, more beach. There's not a lot of inlet. Not a lot of inlet in this area, so it's less bay, more beach.
All right, we're just close enough to. All right, I got you.
Yeah.
The storm is more offshore. Gotcha. All right. So
That was interesting, and I'm gonna bring the bird back.
I do appreciate that, Carrick. It was actually really helpful. Found this good little anchorage here. I think we should do some kind of anchor watch. Typically, me and Socks would just rotate out, but I mean, we got plenty of people here, and all we're doing is just making sure that we're not going to drift off. And
That should be easy enough, and I'm gonna look over the edge. I'd be looking for something that's in the water that we don't want on the boat too.
um,
I'll just do it just in case. Yeah.
have you ever used an alidade?
I'm just gonna stand at you with a blank look, and I'm gonna slowly reach down, and then I pull a little book out, and I'll pull a little quiver out. What is it? And I'm gonna stand there ready to write it down.
So it's kind of a way to shoot bearings to figure out where you're at. So you can take shots, look through this little scope here, and you can take shots to figure out our distance from land to make sure that we haven't drifted off track using this
Sounds
alidade.
good enough. And you have one you can show me how to use.
I would assume I have an alidade on board. How long would it take
That
me?
is that is not even listed in the equipment that is available within this pack. So sure,
All right, so
Mr. Sailor Man.
I'm gonna pull everybody up and show them how to use an alidade.
Motherfucker, pull a GPS out.
Yay, things to learn.
It's basically you're gonna shoot fixes to gauge distance from us to. You're gonna take 3 fixes to figure out how far, make sure we have it drug anchor, move too far out, move too far in, etc., etc.
Did you say you pulled all of us up?
Yeah, I would be
Yeah.
showing everybody how to use an alidade. Anybody who wouldn't mind standing at anchor watch.
I'll do it.
Otherwise, if not, me and Sox can do it because Sox, I'm assuming, knows how to use an alidade.
Carrick would definitely be interested in it. He likes to
Oh,
learn anything.
yeah, if you called us up, yeah, I'd have came up.
So yes, I will learn too.
Me too.
I feel like this is something I probably should have taught you guys before we left, but
There's a lot of things you probably should have talked about before we left, but it's okay.
you know, you're right. But I was in a hurry to get out of Hanana. I'm not gonna lie.
They're like the fucking bananas.
Are you really still? All right. Anyway, so I'm gonna explain to them how to use an alidade, so they can shoot fixes and figure out how if we're drifting or not.
Did
And I'm-
Dee Dee just use the F word?
He did. He said fucking bananas.
So many bleeps.
Anyway, if there's any questions whatsoever or you're not sure of anything, let me or Sox know if you are on anchor watch and do not understand anything about the alidade. I guarantee you I'm going to be sleeping very late tonight. No offense, but me and
Well,
Sox
what
have done
is
this
this little
many times.
If an owl jumps on your face and starts to scratch at you, then you'll know.
Okay, I'd hate for you to have to recast your
Ah,
thing
you know
to
what,
get your owl back put.
He'll be
So,
fine.
we can hang out here. I can, if I've been driving. How long would you say I've been driving now?
Probably getting close to the end of your shift because it's about dinner time at this point. So if you took
So,
over
right.
at
So
morning.
you drive a boat. Got it. Drive boats.
So Sox can take the first watch. I'll let Sox take the first watch, and then if you guys have whoever relieves him has any questions, they can ask Sox. And then, like I said, I'm gonna be sleeping late tonight. So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to come down, wake me up, and I will come up here and help you out.
When you go to lay down, my owl's gonna be like just sitting on the nightstand next to you, silently, just sitting there.
So I'll take the really, really early morning watch. That's cool.
That's probably a good idea. When I'm awake, yes, that's definitely a good idea.
Actually, no, the owl will be up with me. I'll take first watch, and I'm gonna have the owl just circling over top, looking for anything while I'm doing what I'm doing.
Sox is gonna sit up for obviously quite a bit. He'll probably be up with the first couple of watches. If he feels like he can get away with getting some extra shut eye, he might take some naps in there. But since there's somebody else there with him, but
I'm better
he'll
at
work
day
with
watches.
you, Carrick.
Yes. What you need?
I do a night watch because I can see in the dark.
Okay. He'll work with you some more on your language for a couple of hours. Do some stuff on that for Draconic.
I'm ever is who's up with me on first watch? You said Socks.
Sox is going through the first 3 watches, so he's going to be with whoever is taking the first 3 watches because he's technically on helm duty at this point, so he's kind of just hanging around.
Okay. So I'll be talking to him. So Socks, I appreciate you teaching me this language, and hopefully I get it right. I'd hate to like get anything wrong and get myself killed or anybody in the group killed. So make sure that my dialect is perfect. I am a perfectionist. I like to be as good as I can at everything. It's I like to learn. So I appreciate it. You're a very kind young kobold.
You are
impress me.
very welcome. You are very welcome. It's coming a little bit out of left field there, but yeah, no, you're very welcome. No,
You're
I
going out of
understand.
your way helping me, and I appreciate it. I just want you to know I appreciate it. So if you can, if we could, you could show me a little more while we're doing this, and the owl is looking out. So if anything happens, if he sees anything, believe me, he'll let me know. You should really name him or it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't.
Do you know it's not really?
It doesn't have a name?
Owl? No, it's not even a real owl. It's brought in
Owl.
from a different plane. I mean, I could literally bring it down, and you could like cut its head off, and 10 minutes later, or not, I could just cast it back. It takes an hour to do it as a ritual spell. I could just bring it right back. It's very helpful.
Oh man. It's
Yeah, it's nice. It's helpful.
I don't understand that at all, but I believe you.
I'm just gonna say Sox is probably my favorite character in this whole campaign. I just want to throw that out there.
Sox is really taking care of Carrick. Take Janima Slang. It's really good. Thanks, Carrick. Thanks, Sox. You're good. You're good. You're a good teacher.
You're a good boy.
And that's when
there's only one good boy. What a good boy you are.
Well, I'm always happy to help someone who's interested in learning because that's very important to me. Learning is very important. Like all the learning that I have done after meeting Krillok, because he gave me some great opportunities to learn stuff, and I appreciate him as well. So I would not.
You're passing it on. That's good.
Exactly. Pay it forward. Pay it forward.
Yeah.
And all that.
You were saying you would not what?
I wouldn't slacken my teacherly duties. What do you want?
That's good. I appreciate you. So let's get down to the business.
Yeah, do you want to learn how to cuss?
Well, I would sure that would probably become into well, yeah, I need to learn the language. I mean, I need to know.
Yeah, awesome.
Maybe being cussing at me, I should probably know if I'm about to get punched in the face for something,
Yeah, this is the best part. I love these. Draconic cusses are the best.
Oh my god. Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
He goes through a few of your standards. Your standard phrases. Hold on. I need to make
What's an insult to a dwarf?
God, swear to God,
Your
I'm gonna get
beard
my
is scraggly?
killed, all of us killed. It's gonna be so bad.
Your wife has no beard.
Oh,
Yeah, oh, that's you begging for a fight, yeah.
Wait,
your wife's a bearded gnome.
Ooh.
No
I
offense.
think just calling a dwarf a gnome would be an insult.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Make a perception check with your owl, please.
why are gnomes a thing?
All right.
Hey, do you think if you called a dwarf or a midget a gnome? You know what? Actually, if I was a dwarf or a midget,
Okay, hold on. Let's time out because there's better terms for that. But we'll get to that later. Uh, um. So. Oh boy, hold on.
That was
This
the
is-
last time the Puffins of Doom streamed.
my bad.
Tell a
Not
dwarf he has the
bad.
work ethic of a halfling.
Ooh.
They
I
like to
think
do
it'd be
that.
like you drink like a human.
Damn
That's bad,
stone
too.
eaters.
That's bad too, yeah.
Some humans could drink a lot though.
I don't know any like that.
Bubba's a dwarf.
I'm sorry, I'm looking something up that I have to do here.
Oh, God.
All right.
So
So-
your hammer's bigger than your anvil.
So you continue the conversation with Socks. He's helping you out with the language. I'm gonna make one more of these just for giggles, and then all right. So I need you to make another perception check with your owl.
You know, I almost want to use one of my time rollbacks, but I don't think he would know to do it. So it's a 7.
All right. So you know what? I need to be doing one.
Now, can I roll
things.
a perception on Carrot? Because no, because he's focused on that. Yeah, it's a 7. Surprise!
Burgers and fries. Oh shit! Socks to the rescue. So, all right. So as you're sitting there talking with Socks, and he's explaining a curse to you, and he says something in Draconic, and as he says this, it's not one that you're familiar with, and you look up because there seems to be like a real emphasis in what he's saying, and you look and you see him, and he's looking off towards the shore. There's a mountain range that's sort of just in vision off on the horizon, sort of like you can barely see it. So it's probably a good couple miles out. You can see like the building whenever whatever the lightning strikes, you can see it in the light of the lightning. You know what I'm saying? So it's a couple miles off, but as you look in the same direction, you can't see anything because there's no lightning in the sky. And he's like, "Oh shit! Oh man! Oh man!" And then lightning flashes, and you see the silhouette of it is a large creature. Let me just do this. Let me edit this thing so that none of these things are visible in the thing, and then I'll just show you what you see the silhouette of. Change the name of it and show to players. So you see this silhouette in the sky.
Sideways. The thing, really? You couldn't. Okay.
It's the thing that you see. In a storm, in the dark, it's kind of hard to tell what it is that you're looking at here. But you can see that it definitely has some. And Sots goes, "Oh shit, I should have taught you better than I did." And he's gonna like start. We gotta get everybody. We gotta get everybody up.
I will have the owl swoop down and go start clawing at Carrick. God, Carrick, Jesus, at Krillok's shell.
I thought the owl was up.
Yeah, it's up, but
Outside.
it's coming down. That's what I'm saying. It will immediately
Okay.
start diving down to go get them up, and I will be screaming as well. But the owl is going straight to Krillok to be sure that he waits.
All right. Well, so Socks bashes through the door, and the hatches open up top. And as he makes his way down below deck, he is screaming at the top of his lungs, "Dragon! Dragon! There's a dragon coming at us!"
We want to fight it?
No!
No!
Then let's go.
Maybe you should talk to it. Can you talk to it? No, you can't talk to a dragon.
Fuck you! You talk to it.
I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna say that thing nicely to it that it was.
No, don't say that! Don't say that to it! Don't say that to it!
Wait, what? I would have talked to it. Why?
Because that means, hey, good looking. It might not like that.
I'm gonna give him a scowl look. We're gonna talk later. Oh, and I'm going over to the. I'm gonna start trying to get the anchor up.
Yeah,
Shit, as I'm trying to turn it.
All right, so this thing is heading in your direction. It's in everyone's direction here. It is flying at a pretty hefty speed. It's very difficult to judge distance at this point because of you're having to do it through lightning flashes, and you're not really certain of the size of it. Go ahead.
Okay, I heard that the owl woke up Krillok. Was everyone else notified? How was people notified?
Oh,
Because Stocks is running around screaming, "There's a dragon heading at everybody."
Okay,
I'm trying to raise the anchor.
I'll come up.
Probably very poorly, but I'm doing it. I'm trying.
Yeah, I'll go up to deck, see what's going on up there.
All right, so at this point, everyone can see the silhouette of this thing
Can I
with
make
lightning flash.
an Arcana check on it?
Yeah, I would say you can. Doing it, yeah. You know what? If you do it over a couple of different,
I get advantage because of my goggles.
I was actually thinking of imposing a disadvantage because you're doing it at lightning strikes. But if you wait and look over a few different lightning strikes, it's pretty easy to tell though that this thing appears to have two back legs and then wings, which you are certain that dragons have four legs, not two. So you notice this about it. Lily, though, I don't know if Lily would know the difference between a wyvern and a dragon. I think she would just notice. Does that make sense?
Why is it missing your legs?
Hey,
Wyvern.
You know what? Honestly, with that, though, Lily's going to say it's missing legs, and then Carrick is probably going to roll an Arcana check as well. Go ahead, roll an Arcana check, Carrick. Why are you rubbing the cat on your face?
Is that what you do?
No. That's how you get sneezes.
That's how kids are made.
Nope. Nope.
That's the start of making kids.
We're not opening that door. So there's
beep 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 beep.
there's a we are a family friendly pot. Well, I guess we're really not.
No, we're not.
So Carrick, you recognize based off of the description that she's giving you that this is going to be a wyvern, not a dragon, which gives you a little bit more of an idea as to distance now because you're thinking size wise for wyvern than dragon. And this thing is closing in quick. You don't know that you guys are going to be able to get away from this.
should we get off the boat? Is off the boat better?
With the 16 though, You do know that they do not have any sort of breath attacks, so they're not gonna like set the ship on fire. But you know that their stinger is exceptionally dangerous, and those are like the two quick facts that you're gonna be able to pick out there.
Shit, and I'm just gonna let go of the anchor, and it's probably gonna fall like the 3 inches that my weak ass was able to raise it without anybody helping. If that's a wyvern, it's not gonna burn the boat, but the tail whip on that thing is gonna be delicious. We could probably maybe go below deck for now, but I don't know. We need Krillock awake. We're gonna need something that can.
I'm
You
on
want
the
some of
helm
the help?
already.
Oh, you're already on the helm. Okay. What do you want to do? It's a wyvern, but it's gonna that tail is nasty, but at least it's not gonna catch your boat on fire.
Will
We
it
can
tear the
take out
boat
the
apart?
mast. I think honestly, our best bet's probably gonna be go below deck and see if we can wait it out. But we may have to do some repairs in the morning because it could take out the mast pretty easy.
If it wants to eat us, it's your call, whatever. But I hate to see your boat sink. We could always go ashore and try to whip its ass. I think maybe could take it. It's just a wyvern.
How far away from
But it's- yeah.
away from shore are we?
I don't think you would want to try to make it within 30 feet like you did on Comseas, with the swells being the way that they are. So, I mean, you tell me, because
If
again, you were the
weather's
expert.
bad, yeah.
I could surf it in. That wouldn't be a big deal. But everybody else would have issues.
Your call,
Right.
your boat. But here it comes.
So,
Everybody lay,
And-
lay below, lay below, lay below, lay below. Everybody go.
All right, go to below.
I'm gonna go below.
so as lightning strikes, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it just said that my voice mod disconnected. So as everybody starts to make their way below deck, Socks lets go of the anchor about the same time Carrick does, and he looks over and he looks up at the sky and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he rushes inside too. So once you all get inside below deck, I'm gonna go ahead and move everybody below deck because I'm assuming everybody's going under. So once he
For
gets
the owl.
So he latches the door at the galley and he makes his way underneath and he closes the hatch up. And whenever he does, the boat sort of dips. And you can hear the waves as the water rushes away and it bobs heavy in the water. You can hear the crash of thunder around you and you hear it's a mighty roar that comes as it lands, and it says it's futile to hide. And Socks looks up and goes, it had like, so, I'm a kobold.
Do I
There
hear
was some-
that?
There was a couple of kobolds with it, but they had wings.
Kobolds, you guys can have wings. Where's your wings?
Well, I'm not that kind of kobold.
You know how much more useful you'd be if you had wings? Oh my god.
So, am I able to comprehend that?
Yeah, you're able to. No, we're talking in common, but yes, you do hear the drag or the wyvern, I should say. It speaks out. Actually, no, it doesn't speak out. It just roars. I'm sorry, I'm getting dragons and wyverns mixed up again. There I go. The dragon roars, but you
The
do
wyvern
hear
roars.
the wyvern roars, and you hear the kobold. That you hear a small voice yelling over the loud waves around that just yells out with all of its might. It's useless to try to hide. And then
Maybe we should talk to him.
Much less threatening.
Hey, I got an idea. Socks.
yes,
Me
Bud
or-
Breather.
Me and you're gonna go up top and see if we can reason with them. I feel like me and you not being of like a humanoid-ish might be able to reason, maybe. It's your kind. I mean, come on.
Do I know anything?
Yeah, it's
about
my
kobolds
kind.
with wings. Would I know anything with? Can I roll a history maybe or?
Yeah, I mean you can roll a history.
Ah, nope. Nope.
You do know that a few are born. It's a small number of kobolds are born with leathery wings and they can fly. Uh, Typically speaking, they like to live in mountainous regions and lurk on ledges, basically, and just drop rocks on people as they go by, and then take their shit. But they oftentimes kobolds, it's common knowledge, take up with dragons. They as a sort of dragonkin of their own. They The winged kobolds see it as a gift from Tiamat, and so what they do is they tend to be a more higher ranking kobold in the structure of kobolds, but kobolds of all nature tend to try and shack up if they can find a dragon that will not just eat them. They tend to sort of shack up with a dragon for the sake of protection, as well as for the obvious benefits of having a much larger hunter around as well.
So it's sort of like the goblin hobgoblin and bugbear kind of relationship thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
So as soon as Krillak starts to go up the ladder with Socks, Lily is going to drink a potion and she's going to shrink down into like a female version of Socks and head up after them.
Do you have wings though? Do you have wings? Do you have wings?
Socks is gonna turn to you and go, "I've a yarn bezbek vork here," which Carrick you now know is, "Hey, good looking."
yeah. I'm gonna have a scowl on my face, trying to get me killed.
Or laid. One of the two.
Good point. We can't talk about this now.
Okay. So if we're gonna go for this, I think it might be a good idea. So, we're not gonna really distinguish who is a captain here. I think it might be best if it might be a good idea. And I'm gonna tell you something. I know my kind,
I
and
know what you're saying. Yes.
I know my kind, and I know that they're not really gonna just, they're not gonna just like fuck off. We're probably gonna have to pay them something. They're not gonna leave without something. Even if it's me. If it's me, they would take my stuff too. They're gonna take my lunch money, man. Kobolds are bullies.
We might be able to pay him off.
All right.
I may have a little extra laying around.
All right. Well, it might. I don't look. I'm telling you, they came with like a murder lizard. So I don't know how much it's gonna take.
All right. Well, poke your head out and see what they say. You know what? You're the captain. I'll be the first. I'll be the first thing right now.
I was really hoping you weren't gonna say that. All right. Well, what we're gonna do though is it's 10 minutes past 12. It's 5 minutes past 12. We're gonna go ahead and